this realization that I spelled Nikolai's last name wrong for so long until I actually looked at for this character title thing that he has on his avatar. I'm like, oh, I misspelled that thing for so long.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I just use first names.
Yeah, it's like a pun off of The Princess Bride when he says, "My name is Inigo Montoya." So it's like, my name is Nikolai Ontego.
I love
that. Okay, then. We will get started. As the team moves forwards into the next stage of events, arriving into the next city. Well, not really the next city. Truthfully, this is the third, maybe fourth time they reach Tithe. But, you know, who's to say they won't come back for a fourth time? Arriving here in Hythe and helping out your friend, Nikolai, not die due to, let's say, I would say disturbing the peace, but truthfully, he just helped out the cops in town. He technically didn't have a jurisdiction here, but yeah, at the exact same time, no one's gonna, say no. Helping out in that predicament of almost death, 2 of his fingers were cut off when a stalemate was reaching its climax. Soon enough, everyone casted magic. Ipso facto, dust blew up the man that was basically holding Nikolai at knife point. Especially blew up his head. Landing on the ground, Nikolai was then healed by Ada, and the rest of the officers scurried to make sure that everyone else was safe, secured, and while Nikolai was being tended to, and greater restoration was cast on him to, regrow his fingers back, let's say demonic fingers took their place. Now more like barbed wire than human flesh. There's really no way of hiding that. And, well, more of your situational group issues came up front. Ada just needed, truthfully, time to cool off. They stepped to the side while you guys were interrogated by the police, guards in town. And, well, thankfully enough, you guys, are under the lawful enforcement of the current kingdom, king, and the like. So, you weren't arrested or, heavily warned. They just basically stated, try not to make a mess and try not to kill people. It's kind of hard to question them when they're already dead. Mm-hmm. Also, no tampering with evidence. As best as you can. They're currently investigating the situation at hand, and so is Jillian, filing her report. The rest of the gang went over towards, well, there's really only one place you guys go to. And, well... you went to Jonathan's, the nice goblin in town that has extremely low prices, but very stale food. In the meantime, Ada, after finishing up some respite, but truthfully not really getting over anything, because, nothing's to get over. The problem is still there. The situation is still there. And eventually found Emily, a kind soul in the city that, honestly, was just shopping. I rolled high and you got Emily. Finding her, you asked if she knew where Dust was, and she really didn't. She was expecting him to be here sometime soon, but not immediately, so she helped look for him alongside you. While you were being drawn towards the city, another phantom of your past showed themselves. One of these guardians in white. Whatever she is, asked you if you were prepared to make the finish off the deal that you had potentially made. She asked if you would want your memories back, and you preferred it not be in a public place, as well as if Emily could be unfrozen, or at least put back to the normal pace of time. She agreed. Emily understood the situation at hand and put you into a nice storage shed area where she helps out the local citizens with food provisions. Again, just a nice person. Soon afterwards, Ada, you regained most of your memories back. After all, I assume Ada doesn't have eidetic memory, which basically just means you remember everything at the moment in time. You're probably just a normal person that remembers things when they remember things. But ultimately, you remembered your past. You remembered your betrothed and the very, very toxic relationship you had with them. But since they were an individual that you really didn't understand how they were working, you just, like most people, let it fly by until it nearly cost you your life. In the memories, you found a man dressed in blue that asked you if you wanted help. He helped you with the Guardians, and in time did state that once you have made your choice, whether good or bad, come find him. You then went unconscious, and the rest of your life that you remember played out as it did. The Guardian then stated, if your friend still needs assistance, I will be back in 24 hours. I will give you this time, and in time I will return. They headed out, and the time frame began to move at its normal pace again. Feeling emotional, which, let's be honest, everyone would be. And Emily, knowing how to respond, you embrace shoulder to shoulder as you needed a shoulder to cry on. And it's been, I'm going to say, a good 10-minute cry. That feels about right.
Yeah.
10 minutes. 10 minutes later, after dealing with the situation, or at the very least, letting the emotions fly, Emily does. She doesn't like make a move to break apart from this hug. It's more of stating. Actually, I'm just gonna go into character because it makes more sense. As she's embracing you, she does state, "It's all right. I'm sure we can figure this out." Give me 1 second. Something fell in my kitchen.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, Doug's gone. I don't think we asked. Kyle, how are you doing? I don't think we asked that. Unless I was just reading it out.
Is Carl living? Is he
Oh.
alive?
He's
Yes,
dead.
I'm alive. Sorry.
Oh, good. He's alive.
I am doing good. A little sore in the mouth. I had a dentist appointment.
Fun.
Oh.
Not
Today?
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, dentists. Those things, yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Those
two
are
guys.
like. It's like a fun. I mean, sometimes dentists are okay, but sometimes they're just like, why do I have to go?
Yeah, please stop. No, today. So I don't have a particularly big mouth,
Mhm.
and so, like the dentist that was working on my teeth today, he's like, he kept on asking, "Hey, open up your mouth wider," and it's like, it's as big as it'll get.
I can't.
Ouch.
And then I'm just like, then I'm used to having my mouth closed 70% of the time.
I mean, yeah. You don't talk that. I mean, I don't know. You don't really talk a lot out of
I
the
don't.
day.
I am a very quiet person. So,
Depends on how much you talk in a day, but I mean, a third of the time during the day, most of the time, you're like in a day, you would be sleeping or not doing anything. So
Mhm.
but even like during waking hours, I am a very quiet person. I don't talk very much.
I wonder what Dogma. Maybe his cat knocks over something.
Right?
I think that's what it was.
I mean, that makes sense. Does Doug really have one cat, or does he have two? I think
I
he
have
has.
no idea.
Hmm. Maybe something spilled. Maybe that's why he's taking a while.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if his. Hopefully his cat's. If something's doing. I hope he's doing okay.
Mhm. Grab my water.
And I'm back.
Oh, thank goodness. Is everything okay?
Yeah, just something broke. Anyways.
Okay. Oh man.
Don't remember where I was. Whatever. I'm just gonna go with what last I remember. She more or less is saying, it's gonna be all right. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I'm sure others can help you. And you did say Dust is around. I'm sure we can talk it out with them. If you need more time, that's perfectly okay.
Ada's gonna go out of the hug that her and Emily was doing and just nods. Yeah, I think we should just go.
All right. She does take note. It wasn't like latch locked, but she unlatches it to open the door, and you guys begin to walk into the street. And go ahead and roll survival for me with advantage.
Oh boy. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
E-
There's like no way you can't find your way to the inn you guys always frequent. This is more if you find Opal on the street. But we did. She did come look for you a little bit later. Soon enough, after thinking, we probably all went to, let's face it, that one inn we always go to when we're in town. So you make your way there. All the while, Opal does catch you before you make it there, roughly 3 blocks away. She does take note. Found you. No, I've met you before, haven't I? Looks towards Emily. I believe so. Okay. Anyways, Ada, she then throws you what appears to be a small stone. It's not that hard of a throw, so I'm pretty sure you can catch it. Roll athletics.
Okay.
Below a 2, it falls and breaks.
It'd be funny if I just get a 1. No, I guess.
You better not.
Oh my gosh.
No. It'd be stronger than that. That's why I said if it's a natural 1 without saying natural 1. Yeah. You catch it into the palm of your hand without too much of an issue, and you've seen these things beforehand. Nikolai has used it plenty of times. Just his is a little bit less artistic because Dust has had time, to rework his designs. You can tell this is a sending stone, and it's currently connected to roughly 11 others. Technically a total of 10, but I'm not sure if you connected Jillian's to everyone else's as well. You didn't have to, Dust. I'm just wondering.
Say that again. Sorry,
I'm just wondering if you also tagged the sending stones with Jillian's marking.
Probably.
Okay. Opal basically tells you how it works. Yeah, you just think of the person, their sigil shines, and the... What?
Ada already has one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, I forget.
Oh,
that reminded me of Amara.
So I've given, I will be the one giving them out. I gave one to Opal. So, but yeah, no, Ada already had one, so I wasn't giving one to Ada.
You just refashioned hers to work with all of yours. That's why I felt the number was off. Whatever. I was going to say you reworked hers, and currently Opal has it, so she tossed it back. Yeah, it's been updated to 2.0 now. You have our symbols now. You just think of the different person. I don't know. You just basically call them at that point. No offense, Ada, but you look worse than normal.
At least you're being honest. It's just been a rough day, Opal.
Do you... This looks like it pains her. Want to talk about it?
Not now.
Okay. She sighs with relief. Yeah. I'm willing to listen if I have to, but I'm sure others are probably more emotionally stable than I am.
Well, I really don't think anyone here in our party is emotionally stable.
There's
Except-
dust, and there's dust.
It's just dust.
Thanks, Opal. Wow. Wish I was there. Never mind.
She would still
Where-
say the same thing.
I know.
Okay, is everyone still at the
Yeah. They decided to go to this Goblin Inn, but, across the street getting some drinks. I think they're just finishing up their day. I don't remember your name, miss, with the silver locked hair, but you're welcome to join us. Thank you. Not me, I'm not paying. But you're more than welcome to come. I think, Nikolai's paying. Someone paid for a round. I don't know, plenty of drinks. She begins to walk away, not even saying bye.
Okay, is gonna follow them.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she's just gonna eat. I feel like she's just gonna grab her key and go to the tavern, whatever it is.
Yeah. Along the way when you're getting there, Emily did take note of Opal's brutal, awkward honesty. She could have been far more brutal, honestly, if I want to be perfectly sincere with her character, but she saw that you were going through a lot, so she didn't go that way. But Emily does take note of this, and she does state, if you'd like, I can put some foundation on to make sure no one else can take note of what happened, unless you want to talk about it.
Just right now, I think I just really need a break.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk to the others at the moment, especially since me and Nikolai are still on a bit of an edge right now.
Okay. She begins to take out like a small little hand purse. Inside seems to be. It's not really makeup. It's more of a foundational block to like keep, like, the puffiness of the eyes down. The crying eyes to a more white, stark look. She begins to make sure that Ada, you don't look like you were crying in the situation at hand. Basically masking your face pretty well. She gives you a compact mirror to look into, and honestly, you wouldn't know how you felt inside if you didn't know how you felt inside.
Ada would hand the compact mirror back to Emily. Thank you.
Of course. You begin to head over towards the rest of the guys and the squad. Ignore your characters being big. I just need to shrink them down.
Here we go.
Oh, goodness.
I did say Opal was heading there first, so she clearly arrived before anyone else. So she just comes in. Yeah, I found them. They're getting here. No one say anything.
Oh my god, Opal, we had a round of drinks before you came back.
I'm just... Oh, wait, did you finish on... Okay, Nikolai, go ahead and buy more drinks. I said someone was buying, and I did say your name.
Ooh, you just assumed I would buy all the drinks. Oh, okay, yep, okay. Yep, I see how it is.
I mentioned beforehand a round of drinks is a silver. It's not heavily expensive, but it's still money.
I'm giving Opal a hard time.
I know.
Okay, I'm fine. Here. Give her a silver piece.
Yeah, you toss...
I hand Opal the silver piece.
It's your money. She gets up before Ada and Emily get inside. Gets around. The woman at the counter. Yeah, okay. Another round. Gives you some nice ale. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good. And soon enough, she sits back down before anyone else. And she does state, all right, mentioned beforehand, no one say anything, especially you, Nikolai. Now how you get... Whisper then states, can you elaborate on that? No.
Okay, I've been through an ordeal. I mean, you got to give me a break.
Ada comes in when you say you gotta give me a break. And then follows a woman you've met once. And even then, I think it was at a distance.
I nudged Dust on the shoulder. Hey, Dust. Dust.
Sorry, it's muted again.
I know. It was funnier that I said to say it louder.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I'll look up from my mug and just look up and see Emily. Oh, Emily! I'll stand up and go over to her.
Yeah. She does take a note, but she doesn't move past Ada. Dust, go ahead and roll insight. I'll give you advantage because you've met Emily more than once.
Yeah.
Naturally, come on. Naturally, let's go. No, dang it.
This would be a waste of a natural 20, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just glad
15
it was a natural one.
Yeah. Based off how Emily acts and, you have many encounters with helping people, when you've gone on dates, you can tell that her body language suggests that she's helping out with Ada. She's not moving away so Ada feels alone or isolated. When, you said Emily and walked over, she did not take a step forwards. She stood there parallel to Ada.
Knowing that she is the type of person that she is, I will go up and give her a hug.
Hug back.
And then probably just for the briefest of moments, and then I'll be like, come, let's sit down. Refresh your feet. I know for a fact that both of you probably been on your feet quite a bit.
Now, Dust, do you have the key to the tavern for one of the rooms?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Here, this is your key.
Thanks. I'm just going to go, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah. You give her key, and Emily does walk you out. Make sure you get enough of a breathing range so that no one else can technically hear you. And she does state, I'll walk to the other side. You manage to get to the other side without too much of an issue. And, oh man, I should have left it to you to see if you broke through the window.
I was just like, which one's the windows again? It's not, the ones with not the light, right?
No, it is the light.
The one with the light?
Okay, you would have broken through the window. That's good to know.
Every single time we break the window.
One broken window.
Okay.
Like he doesn't decide to mend it or anything. He just knows everyone's just gonna break through the window.
Yeah, pretty much. She walks to the other side of the street without too much of an issue, and she does state, if you do anything, just let me know. I am here for you if you need me. You actually know where I live. So if there's anything else you need help with, just let me know. I'm sure Dust will be able to help you, and I'm sure the rest of your friends will try their best.
Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate it.
Of course. We're friends after all.
Do we just pick up runs after 10 minutes after we
I like to think so,
where's-
but if that's too much for you, then I understand.
I don't really know how friendships work in general, so.
Oh, well, depending on how long you're here, I can help you out.
Maybe. Thank you, though. I'll
course.
let you go back to your lover or whatever, if it's official or not.
Like shaky hand, like not sure.
Well, whatever happens.
Whatever
Yeah,
happens. She
It'll
nods.
go.
You head inside, and Jonathan does state, you've been here before. You with the Tiger Man?
Yes, I am. I'm just going to go to my room.
Okay. Did he give you a key? I don't have all your keys.
Yeah, I have it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He goes back to reading his book.
Yeah, it's just gonna go upstairs and go into whatever room key she has.
You go to room 3, which isn't too much of an issue. It's the third door to the left, and you easily enter inside. You settle down, and we'll get back to you on what happens later.
Okay.
Emily returns back to the rest of the team without too much concern. Dust, you were saying?
Oh yeah, no, I would be just kind of
Or was it
waiting there.
Nikolai? I heard
I
someone say
had a
something.
comment for Opal, but
Oh.
I was gonna say, Opal, what happened? Did you know? Would you meet her at something? What you feel like you know something?
Yeah, it's called personal information, Nikolai. Not
Well-
life-threatening, though, so I don't have to say anything.
Well, now, okay, whatever. And I won't tell you about the cool drink that I found today. Okay, cool. The cool claw hand that I have. And I turn
Yeah, that's
the other
probably
way.
life-threatening. You should have told us that ages ago.
You know, this isn't healthy to talk like this. Like we just don't care about each other. It's like we're sarcastic all the time.
Yes, I know. She's not disputing it. She's aware. She's fully confident of what kind of person she is. She had her story arc. She knows she's an awful person.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. You ever think about just putting all your adventures away and just settling down once in a while?
No.
I asked that to Opal, Fauna, and Whisper, as a general question.
Fauna's just confused what you mean by that. And Whisper does state, I'm only here, I think, technically for another week. I was on suspension for a couple of months, but I probably should, send them word on how that's going. I do have a job. I wasn't just traveling with you guys for a while. I was literally suspended. And I needed, a form of currency to my name.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I'm here to help you guys. At
I
a
mean,
point in time, I do need to, tell them where I am.
I think just saying this and then all of them having basically their own agendas, Nikolai kind of just stares into space for a second. He just kind of zones out, doesn't know what to do.
Fair enough.
And he's like, these people can't relate to me at all.
Not in the way you want them to.
No, yeah. I mean, Fauna, I don't know. I don't think she can because she's not the person. And then Opal has her own thing, and I don't know. It's just yeah. It's just kind of he doesn't feel like they can help him at all at the moment. So.
Probably not these three. In the meantime, Emily and Dust are currently outside. Emily does, greet Dust once more. It's been quite some time. I expected you in the week, but not today.
Yeah, we moved a little quicker than we anticipated, so we just wanted to get in. And truth be told, I was actually going to go look for you tomorrow. So just happy surprise.
I suppose so. I will state, though, that your friend is going through something. I'm not going to elaborate on it, since I don't truthfully know everything myself. Just make sure you give her some space and time, and make sure that she knows that you're available to speak with if she decides to.
She knows that she can always come to me, and I have an idea of what she's going through. So...
She nods. Sometimes affirmation does help, but I understand. You know her far longer than I have, and I've just met her today.
Yeah. But...
Truthfully met her today.
Yeah. I will follow your advice, though. I will speak to her. So...
Of course. If I am interrupting anything with your friends, we can always meet tomorrow, if you like.
Truth be told, I was actually just about to turn into bed, so I think tomorrow would be better.
Of course.
It has been a very long day for me, so. But
Yeah.
it is good to see you, and at that, Gus will take her hand and is like, yes, I would like to see you. When will you be available tomorrow?
I believe sometime around 4 p.m.
Okay. I'll meet you at your place.
She nods. You've already been there beforehand, helping her out.
Yeah.
She gives you a nice little hug, a little peck on the cheek, and begins to head out.
Just as she's leaving, I'll just kind of hold her hand for as long as I can, just slowly letting it slip from my hands.
Yeah.
And then just let her go. Just kind of watch her as she walks by until I can no longer see her.
Eventually, she has to turn her corner, which indicates that you can't see her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she did look from time to time back, doing the whole wave hand, walk, wave hand, walk.
Yeah, very, very much like the wave hand, and whenever she turned around, and
yeah.
So
You can tell that she was a little disappointed that you didn't want to hang out today, but after all, she clearly took note of, your friends might be doing something right now, and she just want to impose, as well as who knows what kind of day you've had. And just like with Ada, she can read people really well. And you also, haven't cleaned up after killing those people outside of town.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like, it's very much like Dust is going to try to look the best, like be the best that he could for that for meeting her. He did not expect to see her today, and like he's happy. He wanted to, but he knows that I know that, like, as Dust, I need to get some rest. It has been a very long week long.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you take note of that, and when you said I was gonna truthfully be told I was gonna try to visit you tomorrow, it's like, got it, he needs more time. He needs to prepare for something. Who knows what? Maybe Ada's correct. So she didn't struggle with the situation at hand. However, while Nikolai is pensively questioning people, and you're out there for a while, Whisper does come back out. Everything okay with you, Dust? You've been out here for like 15 minutes.
It's probably been 5 minutes since I've last seen Emily, and I'll just waiting for, just basking in her radiance.
Okay, that's just you being you, I am assuming?
Yes. Well, I'm
What's he
gonna
doing
go
out
bed.
there?
Having a nice time?
As Whisper goes in, I'm just like, I'll be going to bed, and then I will go into Jonathan's inn, and I'll go up to bed.
Yeah. Hey, oh, you're already here. He already knows you have the keys. And I think you gave everyone else their keys when you got into the bar.
Yeah, the only person that I had not given a key to is Ada.
Yeah. Whisper then looks towards you guys. Okay, you guys can do whatever you want. I didn't mention beforehand. Nikolai, if you want to come, gather information, you're more than welcome to.
No,
it's just
fine.
very boring.
Yeah, I get the gist. Yeah.
We're gonna go through logbooks.
Okay, have fun. Jeez.
I'm just letting you know, not all the spy work is, look at me, I'm a femme fatale going to go murder someone. Oh, what's that? A very handsome boy that I fall in love with and then betray at the end because that's my job?
Okay, I'm not gonna yell in the mic, but Nikolai yells at her, okay, fine, go. And kind of just shouts for a second because he's I don't know if he's just frustrated at his situation.
Yeah. As you more or less shout at her, maybe not meaning to, but at the exact same time doing it, Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one go. Sort this out, Nikolai. No offense. You could probably die, and I'm pretty sure half the team doesn't want that.
I mean, nobody's gonna help me do it.
Whisper then, like, doesn't begrudgingly come back, but you can tell that she comes back, like, face to face with you, and she does state, Nikolai, I'm quite literally a spy / assassin. And then she looks towards the bar. None of you heard that, or else you're dead. She turns back to Nikolai.
Yeah.
I really can't help in this. If you need someone dead, yeah, I'll help you out with that. Murder them on the street for you. That's fine. Willing to work with that. I'm not really a cleric. Opal can't do magic. I resent that, but yes. Fauna, we have no idea what she can do. That's true.
I get that. I just want somebody to talk to that I don't have to be emotional with. I just want somebody to have a conversation about and not just say, oh, it's a wonderful day and we're doing all great and we have problems. Sometimes we just gotta let it go.
Opal, when she hears that, goes, okay, this is gonna be a little weird if, Dust isn't nearby. But, that one silverlet girl, I think he called her Emily. She seemed to be highly receptive to people speaking.
I mean, yeah, it's just sometimes I feel like I want to talk about things that are just problems and I don't really know how to fix all the things that I have going on right now. And it seems like you're not the people that are going to give me any kind of good responses.
Whisper more or less shrugs her head like, I don't know. Fauna, I can try. Whisper then states, you can try, but I don't think it's gonna work out that well. Then Opal states, you two can... Fauna, do you mind helping Whisper out with logistic books? Okay. Sure, I guess. Fauna, can you even read? I don't know. Because, truthfully, I didn't think of that. Alright, we're gonna find out.
I tell Opal thank you.
Your passive is probably not 14, is it?
No, it's not, but I have a feeling that she wanted to talk to me alone.
She says something underneath her breath, which is the thing that you don't hear.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna say it out loud because your character doesn't know, but I still want to say it.
Okay.
You have to help someone, it turns out. You really wouldn't understand that context, but
yeah,
there is context there. Opal just looks straight towards you, Nikolai. Okay. What's troubling you? And I'm talking logistically, I'm talking scientifically, I'm not talking emotionally. I may not be able to cast magic, but I can solve problems.
Okay. Nikolai just thuds his hand on the table and shows him the thing. So I made the wished for the demon soul. It's intertwined with my soul. I can't get rid of it, but it gives me powers. And I have all this power is turning my soul corrupt.
Do you mind if I rip some of your skin off? It sounds painful, and it is painful. But it's basically ripping off a scab.
Fine.
She takes a little
I've had
medical
3
kit
beers
situation.
by now,
Yeah.
so maybe it won't not hurt as much.
It still hurts. You take 1 point of damage. You're not dead, but it still hurts.
Okay.
But she removes a bit. She begins to examine it with her own medical tools and instruments. Truthfully, her alchemist kit. Then she turns towards you and goes, okay, you want good news or bad news?
Well, the physician back in where was it? The bazaar? I don't even know. He already told me the bad news. What do you have?
Right now, it does seem that your cells are intertwined with some type of magical energy. It has a very, very necrotic situation at hand that causes your cells to divide evenly and equally, which means, yeah, it's mixed in with each other, but that's not impossible to break apart. Think of the energy given to your cells as, let's call it, I don't really know how to say it in common.
Wait, would Nikolai know what a cell is?
She would probably say skin then.
Skin. That would make more sense.
Yeah. Basically, there's some energy that goes through your skin that helps make more. Like whenever you get hurt and stuff like that. And yours is, well, evil magic in nature. I'll dumb it down because I don't know how much of a scientific mind you have, Nikolai. No
Nikolai's
offense.
not really medical inclined. He just basically knows, oh, I'm bleeding. Okay, well, fix the bleed.
Yeah, this is Opal saying it, not me.
Yeah.
Which basically means that your energy is infused with demonic stuff. It's not impossible to break, but do you want to cast magic again? If
The only
you're
reason
fine living a normal life, I can give that to you.
You can? Like, I could just do that and I could just walk away?
Yeah. We were hired, but we can always, quit the job. I mean, that thing in the cave system basically said there's no chosen heroes, just those choosing to be a hero. Whatever it said, I was half paying attention. But basically, I'd be removing your, let's call it magical energy, and you would just live a normal life. I can do that in the immediate. Give me some time and I might be able to figure something else out. But if you just, your girlfriend's in town, or is this town, I don't really know which one, and, you just want to live a normal life with them, start a life.
But then I'd just be human.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
I didn't tell you something that's kind of important. Well, if I'm just human and I don't have any powers, then I can't deal with anything that's going on in the city, and I just have to stand by and watch.
Now you're just being crazy.
Can I send you a message real quick?
I assume you mean
this
me.
is Opal. No, I'm talking about like in message spell.
I guess.
Because I don't want to say it out loud.
Sure.
Okay. I just cast it onto my hand, and then I say, I might have put a hit out on me, but there is someone after Jillian.
She just looks towards you, sighs heavily, and then states, okay. Barkeep, do you mind if I scribble on your ground and the walls? Very much so, yes. Don't worry, it's not permanent. I still mind. I'm still doing it. She begins to make sigils on the ground and the walls.
Yeah.
Our party is going to be banned from this bar.
I can hopefully.
I mean, I could just mend it if that's okay.
It's fine. It's washable. The woman in the back kind of cares, but not heavily. She's only writing with magical chalk. Opal then states to you, Nikolai, okay, place your palm on this, and I want you to cast, at the very least, first level spell slot into it.
Okay. What does it do?
It's gonna cast a spell known as Zone of Silence.
Oh, okay. Boop. And well, I kind of want to do a little bit extra, so I'll do a second level.
Okay. No sound can go in and no sound can go out. Second level, it doesn't visibly, I guess, appear.
Okay.
To those in the outside of this square. To
Gotcha.
the people inside, you can tell where the boundaries are. Okay, we can talk normally in here. Again,
Okay.
can't cast it, but know a lot of magic stuff.
Okay. So basically, I met Jillian's father. He's the mob boss of the town, controls all of the in and outs of things being smuggled in and out of the city, and they're smuggling spell scrolls around the town and in and out of this city into other cities. I might have angered him, so I realized that, and now that's why the assassins came and attacked Jillian. I saved her, but inadvertently doomed myself. Luckily, you guys showed up.
And you know this all truthfully, or are you just assuming?
Some of it's a wild guess, but
Okay, because I don't know why her father would try to take a hit out on her.
I mean,
Or
it's
if
not
Jillian knows that he's doing the whole trafficking of spell scrolls thing, why wouldn't she just arrest the guy? I mean,
I
father
don't know
thinks
all
sure,
the ins and
I guess.
outs. I just know that there's something going on because I think I said something that might have made him act differently. I don't know.
Oh, so Jillian's dad's the Shadow King?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Well, you now know his title in that thing. Opal goes, okay, let's take this one at a time. So you're dating a mob boss's daughter. And worst of all, potentially the Shadow King. Shadow King is the current ruler of the area, but he's not the only person in town. He's just the big shot in town. And well, the smaller people try to, go after the big fish sometimes. If you did something to mess with him, you're probably dealing with one of, these smaller families, but still pretty dangerous. Especially since you almost died.
Yeah. I've definitely taken a mental note that not to go one-on-one with somebody that's trying to kill somebody that's an assassin. So
Yeah, probably. Let's see here. If we're dealing with a mob situation at hand, ironically enough, or maybe Whisper can help you out on this.
I think when I got lucky when I fought Whisper, but
Probably. It's not like she was trying to kill you.
I mean,
She wasn't trying to kill you. She was going to teach you a lesson, but then you kept, casting area of effect spells to slow her down. Which was honestly pretty good. But Opal does state. Okay, and if we're dealing with mob bosses big enough, to send out a hit on people, we're likely looking for either the Dragon King family or the Frog Clan. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah,
Do you find any indicators?
I mean, I don't really know. I would have a guess that Nikolai would think that they weren't really targeting him because they were targeting Jillian more so. So he would say that it's not really him. I was just in the crossfire basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still concerned, but we'll, work with that later on. Okay. And again, Nikolai, you might just become a normal person. That's not exactly you're weak. It just means you're different. Sounds to me like you just want power for power's sake.
So now, Opal.
So you don't get pushed around by the big guy.
Opal, I'm gonna tell you this in confidence since we're in a silent sphere. We're friends now because I'm telling you this. More so than we were before.
Okay.
I never wanted to do this. I never wanted to be a hero. I never wanted to do any of this. I just wanted to get me back to the way I was. But now, I made a dumb wish, and I feel like I'm stuck with you all, and I love being around the adventure. And there's a part of me that wants to go back to being normal, but then there's a part of me that wants to be more than that and do good and help people and try to save people that can't save themselves. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle. I can't really do that. I can't do one or the other. I can do one, but I can't do the other.
Okay, I guess. I don't understand that, but I guess I know where you're coming from. Alright, tell you what. I'll try to work on something that restricts your, little gifts like Ada had at one point.
Talk about an amulet?
Something similar to it. It won't destroy your, little demonic thing that's trying to take you over. But it might, slow it down to a degree, or at the very least give you some median of control. It's not a perfect solve, but give me a few days, I might be able to do something.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you're just trying to get rid of it, as much as it pains me to say this, you can probably find a high cleric that can, use one of their speaking to God skills to have one of the gods heal you or something like that.
I mean, what would I have to give them?
I think they're I think they're generally honor bound to help you.
That feels a little bit fishy, or like,
I suppose it depends on the god helper you try to go with. This one time I had, well, I mentioned beforehand that I almost killed my brother and sister. I dragged their bodies to one of the high clerics in my own not my kingdom, but where I come from, this kingdom. And since there were tyrants in the area, they more or less refused to heal them. But honor bound and all that, so I forcibly got them to.
You do have a way with people, don't you?
I like to think so.
Okay, well, you work on this amulet and see what you can do in the meantime. I'll go look for a cleric.
Yeah.
Or maybe is there another way around? Is there like people that know like necromancy that would help, or is that not? I mean, I did go to see the high cleric.
That might be able to help. If you know some, I don't know if they have them in this kingdom, but they're called liches where I come from. If you find one of them, they might be able to help you out. Other than them, maybe one of the contractors we found, I forget her name, but she's in Amar's body right now. That person.
Wait, what?
Bentar, if we didn't kill him.
What?
Fauna's mom or grandma, maybe.
Why didn't you tell me that? You.
We did tell you about Bentar. That one we for sure told you about.
Oh yeah, I was waking up from being almost dead.
Yeah, probably.
Forgive me from not remembering.
That's fine. Other than that, you would have to deal with a soul barterer, which would be a hag. And they can be very dangerous to deal with.
Okay. If you need anything, I know that I gave you a promise that we would do your numbering thing we wanted to do. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Cutting out.
This is very vague.
Getting rid of the person that you said that you wanted to count to get rid of the. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? You had to get rid of
Very
somebody.
vague.
Yeah, it was vague because we were talking about killing somebody. You wanted to get killed.
Oh no, I said potentially murder.
Oh well, yeah, but you said you had to do something, so I said I'd help you with it.
Oh, that probably happens when we get into the town we need to go to. You know, the
Oh.
one being attacked by zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
They mention a name. That name is relatively connected to me. Might have to murder that
Okay.
person. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. I will. If you need other tasks, I will assist you with those tasks. Be that may, as long as it's not me doing any of the killing. I will assist, but not do the killing. I mean, maybe that's some people will consider that killing, but whatever.
Yeah, okay. Whichever. And again, Nikolai, I'm sure there are ways to get rid of, this demonic energy and still have your, your woobly magic powers. Ooh. You just probably don't need the demonic stuff. But if you,
that's
do
not the
want that
best.
stuff, I can, slow it down to a degree, but, give me some time.
Yeah, and then I think after so we've agreed she'll see if she can work on something, and then I'm gonna go see if I can find some high magic person.
Yeah. As she begins to scrub one corner of the magical sigils, and she goes, "Okay, solved your problem. That didn't clean anything. Just that one corner." Yeah. And the magic's now gone.
Thank you. As we leave.
She begins to write something down. Not for you, but you can clearly tell she's writing something down.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm going to the library. You can do what you want. She begins to leave.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. Soon enough, you make it to bed without too much of an issue or concern. Your allies eventually meet you there. Whisper and Fauna do return roughly 2 hours later, getting some material. And Opal is gone for the rest of the night. Most people don't know why. However, going back in time to when... there we go. Going back in time to when Ada first got into their room. Ada, you went into your room first and foremost. You decided to put your pack down, rest, and just maybe not relax, but get your mind off of things. But it honestly is hard to get your mind off of things, especially to what happened today. Scrolling through the memories you remember and going back in time to, well, the time you forgot. Every single motion, every single action felt like they were your actions when you had your memories, not there. But when they returned, just about everything in your life was dictated for you. You thought you met your former betrothed on your own. Turns out it was your parents. You thought, oh, I joined the military on my own because I wanted to help out the people. And truthfully, you did want to help out the people, but the way you went about it was someone else's choice. Again and again, each motion, each action, it was by someone else's influence. And you have a hard time dealing with that situation. Especially just, forgetting it and then remembering it. You can tell the Guardians aren't exactly good or evil. They're just a thing that exists in the world. And, well, in a way, they were safeguarding you from this information. Without it, you would have lived peacefully. I wouldn't say ignorant, but definitely far more peacefully, unaware of your past and, taking your life one step at a time forwards. Now, with this information, you're not even fully sure if these actions are truthfully and honestly yours alone. With the demon before you lost your memories, it felt like something else was controlling your life. And with the memories now there, it felt like all your life was being controlled. And Ada, I want you to go ahead and roll an insight check. Oh, so if you're speaking, you're muted.
No, the only thing I just said was, oh, great, after you told me about insight. They never end up well. There we go. That's a 12.
That's a 12. You begin to remember that image, that face that you saw beforehand when they stated, once you make your choice, come find me. It's kind of hard to tell who that was or what that person meant, but by the way they said it and by the depiction of action to reaction, you can tell that whatever choice you make, come find me, whether it be good or bad on your part. And whether it be good or bad, it'd be your choice. If you had to guess, that person believed you would make a choice, and truthfully, there's someone out there that believed in your own choosing, believed in your own cause before you met Amara again, before you sent out that letter to your technical siblings, but your parents cut along the way. There are people out there that believe in you, that trust you. Maybe there was something more to that, but it's kind of hard to tell in this moment in time. It's just swarming with, what if this isn't my true action, but at the exact same time, you have allies beside you, quite literally in the next room, that believe in you and know nothing about your past. As you contemplate on this thought, and as everyone else you can hear, goes into their own room one by one, you more or less, lay down in bed and try to relax. But the more you do so, the less actual sleep you get. Eventually, you do go to sleep, however, because it's not impossible. But before that, tell me if you decide to do anything.
Ada more or less would be probably too tired in the head to look for any of the souls that are stuck with Glacier or anything. The most that she would probably done is, besides writing in her journal, she probably would just lay in bed and just look at the ceiling.
Yeah. That's a good point, Nikolai. It probably just feel like it was stiff in that area. Your fingers were I forget the actual name of it. If you've ever drawn for a long time and your hand gets cramped in that kind of position, it feels like that.
Oh, okay.
Very annoying.
Gotcha.
That being the case, though, soon enough, Ada, it does take some time, but eventually you do doze off. And in your own dreams, in your own patterns, you begin to see flashes of your past. Instances of where you were going out to have dinner with your betrothed and their family. When you were going out with friends, but eventually you stopped doing that because, well, they weren't in the same circles anymore. And as nobility or those rich enough do, you basically are segregated out from that family or that position into a new one. Because you're generally married off to someone. It's not exactly the best life, but, it is a life. And it is the life you expected. So it felt weird, it felt wrong, but at the exact same time, it always felt like you were supposed to do that because, everyone else assumed you would do that. You begin to think again and again about instances of your past, instances of the moment where everything was more or less, if not dictated by someone else, swayed by someone else, and you went along with it. With that in mind, your dreams are those of not pleasant ones. You see shadows every moment you see someone living. You see a voice greeting you, but another voice in the shadow whispering tales of either lies or truths, and it's kind of hard to tell which ones are which. And I want you, Ada, to go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize how high my wisdom was. Okay.
That's not terrible.
No.
You begin to see a strange instance of... you begin to see a strange apparition of a shadow It has no form in front of it to cast a shadow, but it just has a shadow around it. Soon enough, it does form into someone you know. You do see Amara, but soon enough, when you try to outstretch your hand towards her, you see them growing demonic wings and horns. They begin to clutch themselves as if feeling a pain in their stomach. You rush over towards them, but soon enough, this woman just jettisons out their wings, pulling you back, causing you to fall down to the ground. They look towards you, and they, in this nightmare, do state towards you as they point judgingly. All this for you. And you keep falling. You keep making these mistakes. It hurts, and it truthfully hurts coming from someone that knows you care about them, that you know that you care about, that they care about you. But in this instance, it feels like everything is falling apart. You are truly feeling the emotions you have been more or less restricting due to the part that you are trying to save the world, you're trying to save your friends. And all the while you turn around and you see your friends doing these types of things to self-destroy themselves. You see Nikolai making a wish. It does help, but it doesn't really solve the issue, and now Nikolai has his own issue. You see Dust making a deal, but all the while, you see him also take a life of a man that, just a man, but at the exact same time is dangerous. And you see yourself following along their pattern, their paths. The same path you take, the same path you follow these men into, these women into. You see Whisper, the trained assassin that quite literally is meant to do that. You see Opal. You see Fauna. All these things again and again and again and again. And then you see a strange presence around you. And it's not someone you know, or at least not someone you're fully aware of. You see a silhouette of a person garbed in blue, but no real image towards them. Your mind isn't capable enough to solidify them. They outstretch their hand and they do state, "All right, that's about far enough." And you do see that these images begin to shatter one by one by one by one. And they do stretch out their hands straight towards you, and instead of pointing, they outstretch it in a caring manner, as if, handing their hand towards you. Do you need a hand getting yourself back up?
Oh, he's actually asking the question to me?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Oh, quite right. You haven't been you for quite some time. And then you hear a weird fuzzing sensation as if your mind isn't capable of understanding the name just yet, or not really able to pick it up. And when they say "I am" and then the fuzzy, it's a pleasure to meet you once again. It has been quite some time. Now then, he gestures towards his hand for you to grab onto so he can help you up.
He's just gonna hesitate for a moment, thinking about it, and then she's just gonna grab his hand.
Right then, he pulls you up to your feet, and you feel the weight of the world shift you once more. Instead of that shadow position, you are on a sky end rise, which just basically means you're on top of the mountains, seeing the blue sky and seeing clouds underneath your feet. You know you're on the top of a mountain because you feel solid ground underneath you, but it's not exactly balanced. It feels as if you're on a razor's edge. This man standing next to you, still hard to depict, but you can tell it's someone you know, someone very familiar, but at the exact same time, no one currently beside you. All right then, here's the situation at hand. Right now, you're on, quite literally, a cliff's edge. Either way you can fall. Right, left, back, or forwards. It's up to you to stand still. And that's only if you want to keep things the way they are. What you really need to do, as he takes his own steps forwards, is to continue to move forwards. He stands on the air, and you can tell that there is nothing on the ground beneath them. Alright, it's going to take a leap of faith. It's going to take potentially everything you have. Not exactly sure what choice you've made. The choice you made is the person you are now. The choices you make are the person you are shaping into. Past, well, it's always there. You can always learn from it, but you can never go back to it. Not unless you're a chronomancer. You're not a chronomancer, are you? Or else this speech would be very awkward.
No, I'm not. How are you doing that? I mean, is this what dreams normally do?
Some of them. Well, this is technically a prophetic dream. He begins to jump in the air and then, like, lands in the exact same position, but there's nothing underneath. But, you know, you get the idea.
So,
Now,
I can do that?
only if you decide to. Again, right now you're standing on the mountaintop, not fully aware of where to go next. Your friends can help. Your allies can help. I'm not really sure which ones are friends and which ones are, you know, just there. But you get the idea. Only you can move forwards. Or continue to take a step back and fall off the cliff. Take a step to the right or to the left. As long as you don't go back, you'll be going somewhere.
This isn't one of those trains where you're just going to fall to your death, right?
It all really depends on you. He then, like, walks out 10 more feet out. So, if you do fall, he can't help you. All on you. And, Ada, how sure do you believe Ada is on trusting this man, or at the very least, trusting yourself in moving forwards?
Ooh, that is a very good question. Trusting this man, and can I say it as a percentage?
Yeah.
Because that's how I do things. I would say, like, out of 100, she trusts this man about, like, 75%. Like, she doesn't know him, but she helped him in the past, so she knows he isn't just gonna destroy her completely or anything. But when it comes to trusting herself, it's probably a low 40%. Mainly because she doesn't really know if she's actually making a decision or she's just doing what somebody tells her to do.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll insight. Disadvantage because of the way you worded that.
Alright. That's fair. Okay. What's with 18s? Jeez. Okay.
Okay. By the way you feel, by the way the actions are taken, you can tell that this man is more or less trying to help you, but you can tell that there's more to his words than just his actual words. You can tell that there's a deeper meaning to it. How you take it is entirely up to you, and you can tell he is not forcing you to take a movement. He's not telling you which way to go. He just says, no matter what path you take, it is yours to decide. He moved forwards, but that's not necessarily your choice to do. So I'll ask you, Ada. Which way do you go?
Okay, out of game because I'm asking this as a player. I have two questions. One, is this just a D&D version of Jesus?
No,
I know this
this
like
is just a...
terrible approach to just ask.
What kind of? If you consider Jesus a powerful wizard, then yes.
What?
Just like the way my mindset just as a player is like, okay, blue robes, could apparently walk in air because it's a dream or whatever, and could shatter nightmares. I'm like, is this like a very different version of Jesus or something? This is weird. So Ada could go forward, backwards, which I don't really think it's gonna go that way. I'm debating on that one. She could stay put or go left or right.
You can go forwards, left or right, or backwards. He suggests not going backwards, and he himself moved forwards. And specifically, he did state, no matter what, the choice you make is up to you. It is for you to decide. So think on that part.
What would Ada do in the situation?
I will state that right now we are out of game. So Dustin, Nikolai, you can definitely help.
You guys want to put in your point of view on this?
You can make your own decisions.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware of that. I'm just like, I'm thinking.
I have to give you advice?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't. I didn't want to. I wanted you to make up your decision.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to.
I mean, I should ask then, is this advice going to change my decision if you say it?
Do you want me to give you advice?
I don't know.
Okay, well then.
Because we don't know what your decision is necessarily. He is recommending that you don't move back, and he's essentially telling you need to make a leap of faith in what you want to do. Like, have you ever seen Indiana Jones?
Inception.
And the
Which one? There's many.
What about
and the
Inception?
Last Crusade.
I don't think I saw that one. I think I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay. In the Last Crusade, they're searching for the Holy Grail. And towards the end, there's a chasm that he has, and it's like, and the clue that he has is to take a leap of faith from the lion's mouth. And so he takes the leap of faith, and there is a perfectly camouflaged bridge going across. All he had to do is take that leap of faith from a particular location, and he was able to cross over. Like he is saying, you have 4 different ways you can go. You can go left or right, whichever way you want to go. Or you can go back. And then he took a step forward. He's like, but as far as I'm aware, I am moving forward. He's like, you're at a tipping point where there's a lot that can do. You can either go back and dwell on it, or you can move forward in your own direction. And so what he's saying is, you need to make a decision of what you're going to do. Are you going to dwell in the past, or are you going to move forward? And if you are going to be moving forward, are you going to let people help you? So that's just kind of a breakdown of
Wait, what are these sides for then?
Huh?
What's left and right for then? Is this same thing to the back, or is it just?
It is something important. I stated what I stated, and it could be useful.
Going left or right?
All right, I'm gonna repeat what I said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
he basically stated.
I see it is.
Yeah, go ahead, Dust.
The way I think of it is, left or right, like, it's moving forward. Like, moving left or right or forward, that is, like, as long as you are not moving backwards, you are moving forward, regardless of if you are going to the left, to the right, or directly in front of you. It's just more of a, which route are you going to take?
Okay, and I'll just repeat what I said beforehand. He did mention your path is yours to take, and going back will only lead you back to the problems at hand. Now you can go right, left, or forwards. And like he takes a step forwards and does all that. I plan to go forwards, but that is my choice. So tell me, which way will you go?
like Ada can't see where the other paths will lead her, besides the one that's behind her. Like she can't see. Like if she looks to the right, can she see anything?
When you look behind you, you see darkness. You see that path you saw before. You saw your nightmares. You saw new nightmares. When you turn to the right, you see a very hazy, cloudy area, but it is still a path forwards. But you can't see the ground. You can't see anything. You turn to the left, and the same kind of pattern, but a little bit more gray, a little more cloudy, as if a thunderstorm might happen, but again, no ground, but still a path leading to the left. You turn toward this man, and he has a path that is clear, concise, and with no true clouds in front of him, but again, no ground. But there is something to that as well, and I'm gonna have Ada roll insight.
All right. Oh wow. Okay.
13 isn't the worst, but it's not exactly 23.
23.
From what you can tell, backwards will only lead you to the same exact problems. You won't be going anywhere. In fact, you might make things worse. At the current point you are standing on, you are undecided. You have nowhere to go. And all that's doing is not really helping. Which is why you keep dealing with these struggles. You keep dealing with these emotions. And sure, it's healthy to feel these emotions, but at the exact same time, you continue to fall down the same pathways because you're not moving anywhere. He moved forwards, but specifically he moved forwards in the clear expanse in front of him. But that only appeared when he went forwards. It was easy to see a path when someone else took it. You turn to the left and the right, and you can tell that those paths are clouded, but they are still paths of their own. You don't really know what happens there, but at the exact same time, no one has walked through them. And if they did, it might be a little bit easier to see. But you don't know what's through them, so honestly, you would be taking a risk. It'd be your choice to make.
Okay. Wait, so just clarify, because I think it like passed my brain for a second. The front path became clear when the man walked upon it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the other two are cloudy because nobody walked upon it, and the back is just darkness.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's gonna look back at the darkness for a moment. It still looks the same, right? Like
Still
everything
looks
is
the
just
same.
okay. Does it? I'm not gonna regret any of this, right?
Again, your choice to make. I can't tell you what happens in the future. All I can help you with is the here and now. And at the exact same time, all you can help yourself with is the exact same thing. Your path isn't exactly clear right now, is it? Every time you followed someone, you felt it was clear, but, you felt all the bumps and grooves simply because it was a path someone else took. Maybe not your own.
Okay. Alright. He's gonna shake the nerves off her hands for a little, like a minute. You know how someone does those weird jazz hands thing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it does. Alright, Ada's gonna hesitantly put a foot forward. She's not gonna, like, fully balance herself. She just wants to see if she's not going to fall.
You said hesitantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You begin to put a foot forwards in a pathway. You saw this man step in this area, so clearly there's something there. You hesitantly put your foot there, and it begins to just waft in the air. You feel as if your balance is about to cause you to fall, but thankfully enough, you stabilize yourself.
Okay. So don't do that. Alright. Okay. Aya's gonna close her eyes and just run forward.
Okay. You close your eyes and run forwards. You begin to run and you feel something on the ground. You feel as if you're running on something. When you more or less hesitantly believe that you're running on something, you open your eyes and you do see yourself falling. Falling, and you feel like you're running on something, and you look down, and you are running on ground, but pieces of stone that somehow broke off the mountain, and you're running on top of it. The man currently is free-falling right next to you, and he does state, well, you're getting there. Not quite there yet, but you're getting there. Alright, hopefully you remember this when you wake up.
What?
Again,
That's-
hopefully. Right now you're asleep. I can only really do this once the Guardians were gone, and even then only when I felt enough of a disturbance in the area. That being the case, though, you are still quite young. You still have a chance to grow. The path forwards isn't always the path that you need. Sometimes you have to go through a path that you can't see quite clearly yet. It is easier to see a blue sky and go through that way. But it's not always your path to take. Sometimes you have to walk through the clouds, through the storm. And hopefully, you can find blue skies all your own. Do take care of yourself. And if you do need me, I'll be in Io in about 3 days. So, depending on the city, you might find me. Have a good day. And then you feel as if you're about to hit the ground and you wake up. And it's been, well, a long rest for you, but it's been an exhausting one.
Oh, God. What? Does Ada remember the dream?
Oh, roll intelligence save advantage.
Great. Okay.
13 isn't bad. You remember bits and pieces of it. You're not really sure what the analogy meant or what the metaphor meant. But you remember most of it, if not all of it. You still don't remember the man's face or the clear image of him. You don't remember the name. They did state they're going to come into Io in about a couple of days, so they're coming here eventually. You just don't know where.
Okay.
Yeah. And it would state that if you rolled higher, you might have gotten some more information, but you have that. You have the memory.
All right.
Before we continue on, that was deep.
That was.
Dust,
All
go
right.
ahead and roll for me an intelligence saving throw.
Don't screw it up. Oh, don't.
Man, you rolled quite low that I'm not even sure if you're going to remember this dream.
Oh.
Oh.
You have a dream. No, I'm going to do that to you. You do have a dream, and it's kind of hard to make shape of the first part of it. You can tell it has something to do with Amara, it has something to do with demons and devils, and it has something to do with these strange skeletal creatures with skin as strong as iron and weapons magical all about it. It's kind of hard to read it fully. But soon enough, you go into a temporal dream that doesn't have any of that. You hit the ground, and there you see nothingness. You see shadow on the ground where you land. You feel as if you're in water, but no water is circulating in the area. You just feel puddles. You stand up, and you feel like as if you were doing a complete 90-degree turn when you stand up, as the entire world goes right back up on itself. A strange man in blue robes does come forwards towards you in this shadowy depth of nothingness. Standing in front of you, they do state, Not the dream I was looking for, but not an unnecessary one. Now then, I assume you are the young one's friend? He then describes Ada.
Yes, I am Ada's friend.
Okay, good. She is in a situation right now that she needs to resolve on her own. You can assist her on this, but she must come to terms and ask, first and foremost. Otherwise, it will not be their choice to make.
Very well.
Right. You have very strange dreams, by the way.
It comes from my connection to my patron.
I suppose that's fair. That being the case, though, do you remember any of it?
Bits and pieces, but not enough to really understand it.
Right. Technically not a chronomancer, so I can't exactly tell you exactly what to do. Or else I might alter the very course of reality. I can tell you to look out for the, well, you're already aware of this, I'm assuming, the undead. That being the case, though, be wary of the one in shadow in your own team. The one born of shadow, to be specific.
Of game. Oh, I don't know who that is.
Is that Fauna?
You don't know who that is.
I'm assuming it's Fauna.
And I'll just be like.
That's how they would say it. Can't exactly
don't
give you
know.
more details.
Yeah.
Just general idea of who they are. You know them best, so you would know who it is.
I have an idea of who it might be, but
Right.
yes, I have a very good idea of who it is.
Right. Well, they'll have a turning point all their own that they will decide their future. And when that happens, they will either make the choice that benefits them or the choice that benefits everything else around them. And they might not be aware of which one is which. Just letting you know now.
Thank you for the heads up,
Right.
for the warning.
Anyways, your dream wasn't technically the one I'm supposed to be in, so I will count you later. They begin to
I
walk
will.
back into the shadows. Des, you were saying? If you're speaking, you're muted.
I'll just kind of bow towards him. It's just kind of. I was not muted,
Oh.
so. I just kind of bowed to him in farewell.
I'm pretty sure that was my internet having a hiccup.
Yeah.
He nods, turns towards you, waves, and begins to make his way. The shadows soon engulf him, and your dreams go back into whatever they were. It's kind of hard to tell what they were. Soon enough, you do awake, and go ahead and roll me an intelligence save to see how much of that dream you remember.
Well, at least it's not the one.
You remember most of the dream. You don't really remember the man. It's that kind of thing of you saw this person in your dream, and it's kind of hard to get the details. But you remember most of the details of what he told you. Beware the person in your team. Born of the shadows. Who knows who that could be, especially in your team.
Oh, yeah. There's at least 3 that could fall underneath. But I have an idea who it is.
Yeah. Some turning point will happen that will cause them to either turn, whatever that means. That being the case, though, Nikolai, roll for me an intelligence save.
Yay!
Intelligence 15.
It's not bad. Going into your own mindscape, you see depictions of.
Is there unicorns?
Unfortunately, no. You
Darn.
see depictions of darkness. You see demons stretching out from the shadows, crawling towards you. But because you rolled so high, you can, basically move away from them if you want to, and not be that type of dream where you're like stuck in place.
Oh yeah, he would be like, oh man, this is grummy. I want to go to like something more kind of bright and like brimming with more happy things. And yeah.
You begin to, move away from these demonic things that are coming after you, crawling towards you. Soon enough, you go into the shadows, and in a split of a second, you see an entire field of green grass, pixies flying in the air. Ironically enough, a unicorn tromping through the hills. On one said unicorn that comes to you about 10 feet away is a man sitting on top with blue robes and kind of hard to tell patterned face.
That's just ironic. Come on. I mean, of all the places, I just thought about a unicorn, and then you just appear on a unicorn.
These are your dreams, so that honestly makes a lot of sense.
Wait.
Truly.
Wait, you're talking to me.
Either you or Jeff points towards unicorn.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. It was like, I think I made him appear one point. I had like wild magic that I wasn't able to control, but...
Okay, in your dreams. Makes sense. He gets off of Jeff, and Jeff like trots off with the other unicorn.
Bye, Jeff.
Jeff like looks towards you, goes, yeah, all right, see you later, and then trots away. Right then.
Fun guy.
At any rate, you are also not the dream I was supposed to go into, but that's fine.
Well, what's your name?
My name is, and then you get the same thing Ada's weird static thing got.
Can you repeat that, please? I thought I didn't really hear that.
All right. My name is, and then you get that weird static again. But I'm not repeating it a third time because that's just rude.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Right.
Huh.
At any rate. So, demons.
Devils?
No, you specifically demons.
Oh, I thought we were playing a game.
No. Unless you want to while we're speaking. He then produces out of nowhere. He like whips his cloak around and there produces a checkerboard.
No, you know that game where you say like a word and then I say the word that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it's word association.
Yeah.
No, I have something to discuss with you. We can play checkers along the way though if you'd like.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah. Flips his cloak, materializing a checkerboard, and then like flips it back on himself. While you play, he basically states, right then, demons. You're currently dealing with that type of energy in your body.
Indeed.
Yeah, very problematic, especially to someone, living on the material plane. In fact, that type of energy requires nutrients, and that type of nutrients is in souls. And souls are in living people.
And I'm not really fond of eating people, so...
No, most people aren't. Depending on the type of person you are, I suppose.
So is there a way I can get... Do I need to get souls without having to eat people?
No, not unless you find a hag that'll, find souls for you.
I don't think they're really fond on getting rid of their souls that they have.
Unless you pay them. They are quite literally in the business of acquiring souls for demons and devils to, help raise their army numbers to fight against one another.
I mean, that feels like a whole endeavor onto itself, but I mean, yes. So what's the big issue?
The main issue is the more you harbor onto this energy, the more it'll likely corrupt you and mess with your mind. And all the while,
something I already don't know.
All the while, you won't really notice it. It's the main issue here.
Do I hold up? Does my hand look normal, or does it look like it is?
You look towards it, and yeah, the fingers are still there. Yeah, we're in your dreams. This is more or less a psychological mindscape that which you create. You can't exactly hide it unless you really, really try.
Hmm. Okay. Well, so you're telling me that I am on a clock.
Yes, more or less. There are a few individuals that can help get rid of this energy. That being the case, though, if you decide to get rid of it. And from
Good move,
what
by
I
the
can
way.
tell, it doesn't seem like you want to. It looks towards the literal landscape of shadows that you were trying to run away from. In fact, you were just letting it crawl all over.
What do you expect me to do? As I like just nonchalantly just like it, I like it's nice scenery. I mean, sometimes you got to shoot away once in a while, but you just okay, never mind. Okay, fine.
My general point was, if you're gonna deal with this, then wholeheartedly tell people that you want to deal with this, or else you're just continuing to hurt them. And honestly, yourself. There are ways to, get rid of it, but I don't think you want to. And I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.
Well, I mean, we are in a dream, so it does not like anything I say here matters.
Oh, it for sure does.
What? But it's a dream. It's just like I can do whatever I want to. It doesn't have any consequences.
No.
What? But that's not how dreams work.
That is exactly how dreams work. You may not have any physical consequences done to your own body, depending if if you don't fall over on your bed. But your mind still feels these type of actions, these connections, whether you allow them to or not. That's why when, we have a nightmare, we still feel that adrenaline pumping through our body.
So what if I just want to be smaller and I'll imagine Nikolai tries to shrink down and sit on the be on the checkerboard.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard to do since you're more or less having a lucid dream. You turn into a small little pixie-sized Nikolai. Again, physically you'll be fine, but mentally you'll still have these connections, and whether or not you remember them when you wake up could be detrimental, could be helpful.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what happens in here, but I just understand. So your point you're saying is I need to be honest with myself and honest with the people that I'm around, or things will come to haunt me.
Well, have they been perfect so far?
As Nikolai starts to hop from checker piece to checker piece, I mean, they haven't been peachy keen, per se.
Again, not going to tell you how to live your life, just giving general advice.
Okay, well.
Again, you have your role to play in this plan. Others have their own. Yours is kind of just a wild card. Well, a theoretical one. Again, not everything I've been told is exactly word for word what's going to happen. So, we'll see how events transpire. Oh, I already said I was going to do it a third time. Simple wizard.
No. Not your name. What are you?
Man that likes to travel. Wizard man. Not actually my title, but a wizard that can cast spells.
You seem like more than that.
A little bit stronger than your average one.
So you're saying an average wizard visits someone in a dream?
Depending on the average in your own world, I suppose. Truthfully. That being the case, though, I've said what I need to say to you. No offense, but you seem like someone that is quite stubborn on the choices they've made and don't really want to change them.
I'm not trying to be stubborn. I'm trying to be practical and just be. I just feel like I'm stuck in places sometimes, and I put myself in my own worst situation. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I just need to own up to those things and not make better decisions. And I don't know.
Well, you can choose to decide that if you want, but at the exact same time,
Did he shrink down to my size?
no,
Also?
he's still very big. He's just
Oh.
talking quieter. Well, you can
Okay.
make those choices if you'd like. The only difference is whether you allow others in or not. The choices you've made are choices you've made. And whether or not they were for the betterment of everyone else, they are still your own choices.
Yeah. I gotta accept the choices that I make and deal with it.
Not the way I was wording that, but again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Alright then, I made my peace. I'm sure I can find her. Alright, have fun. Then he begins to walk.
I chase after him, or I try to. I kind of like. I don't know. Maybe fly. Like, wait a second. Hold on. Where are you going?
You see him walking towards the shadows. As you fly towards him. Oh, I still need to find the person I'm trying to speak with. I keep getting the wrong person.
Why are you going that way? That's just.
Oh, because they're also lost. Now then,
Okay.
if you'll excuse me. He begins to walk in the shadows, and the demons begin to consume him into their own shadow network, overlapping him, and they are now gone. Either they, submerged into the shadows, or they were eaten. You're not entirely sure. It is a haunting thing to look at, though. As you are more or less pixie size floating in the air, you are between that shadowscape and, a more pleasant one to the right of you. And
I want to go back into the shadow place.
okay. You begin to head in there, flying all together, and as soon as you do, the creatures, whether in your mind or not, or whether they're you truthfully, begin to try to envelop you as soon as you try to reach inside.
I try to think of all the people the friends that I've made.
Roll intelligence save? I keep making you guys roll intelligence this round.
Yeah.
And we're not good at them.
No, we're not.
Oh,
Thought you would make me roll like a charisma save or something, but
No.
now we're in friendship. Trying to
never
Nightmare.
charisma.
This is more your mind, your intelligence, and I might have gone with wisdom.
I mean, that would have been worse, but
but a 6 is a 6. Either way, this is more your mind trying to deal with it, not your charismatic way. You think of your friends, and when you do so, and I'm sorry for this, Nikolai, your friends become more or less these shadow creatures. They begin to meld with Dust's face, Ada's, Jillian's, all the while the faces are melting off. You begin to more or less panic as they outreach, grab onto your hand, and drag you into the shadows. The last thing you see is a form of yourself within this shadow form. Demonic, ever present, ever being there. They look like a humanoid form of you, but they have scaling of a demon. They have that gray tone of something not living anymore. They turn towards you, neck cracking all the while, and they state, "So you decided to walk in the shadows. Soon enough, you in life, you in consciousness, will do the same." As you are enveloped. And you wake up with a very, very wet brow. Very sweaty.
yeah.
You'll wake up the next day.
Was that my intelligence save for remembering, or?
No, go ahead and roll intelligence save for remembering.
Oh, okay.
Out of game, am I allowed to ask? So was the wizard man trying to find Ada and accidentally went into Dust and Nikolai's dreams at the same time?
Yes.
Or was he looking for? Okay, I was thinking, was he looking for someone else, or was it just somebody that I didn't know? Okay.
Truthfully, outside the game, he went to go like find your mindscape while you were sleeping, and I did state it took you a while to fall asleep, so it wasn't in chronological order. So it was technically Dust, Nikolai, Ada, and well, technically Dust, Nikolai, and then eventually Ada.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, maybe an NPC also had a dream. You don't know. That being the case, though, that's kind of what happened. You all wake up, and Nikolai, you do remember a good amount of that dream. In fact, you don't remember the man or how he looked like. You remember the blue on his form, but that's about it. You don't
Gotcha.
really remember the name either. Same with everyone else, which is pretty par for the course. I'm going to try to move away from intelligence saves.
Okay.
You all wake up, and soon enough, all find yourselves back in the hallway. Opal eventually got there, but before you guys begin the day, and potentially the week, we will take our 5-minute break here.
Yay! 5
Yay.
minutes.
All right, I'll be
Your
right back.
curiosity gets you in so much trouble.
Kyle, I have a question, please. It's totally not out. It's totally out of D&D. Hmm.
In the back.
Look back. Okay, I can see why you chose them. All right.
I have no idea
Well,
what's going on.
I asked Des who he thought the person born for Shadow was, or at least who he thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm ready when you guys are.
I shall be. I'm chilling.
Ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. Never mind. I just spoke because I was like, oh, did we sleep?
Yeah, you guys already fell asleep. Unfortunately.
No. Yeah, I didn't know if we like regained anything.
Yeah, you did
I
regain
thought-
your health back.
Okay, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. You're fully rested. It was just a haunting dream for
Yay.
some of you.
Gotcha.
Great trip.
For most of you, for one of you specifically, I'm not sure how that one would work. But anyways, you all wake up soon enough, and eventually you all meet each other on the second story of this area and in the hallway, which is roomy enough that you can all be there. There's definitely no one else besides you guys here, and there's only 3 rooms above yours. So, you have all of the rooms in the world. Currently. Whisper eventually got back sometime late last night, and she does state, okay, not, but if you guys want to do a few things in town for, like, the next couple of days, willing to do that?
Is there
Are
something?
you sure?
Is there something going on, Whisper?
I'm trying to figure something out. Not really sure if it's going to be viable. I just need time in a laboratory. And I can't really do it on the move unless one of you has a portable lab.
I look at Dust.
Not a sterile one, but
Concerning?
I'm making out of dirt. I can make a forge out of dirt now,
Oh.
but a sterile, like having tabletop and that type of thing, as long as you have the equipment, we have tabletop. I just won't be.
Oh, okay. No, I need it pretty sterile. Unless we rent a wagon again.
Alchemy.
I'll do it.
So
I'll rent a wagon, that's fine.
I think we're planning on staying a few days. So.
Okay, again, I'm not even sure if this is gonna work. This is the first time doing something like this.
Okay. Let us know if you need anything.
Like she looks herself up and down. I think I have everything. But I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably won't see me for a few days. If you need me, have the sending stone.
Okay. Bye. Be safe.
Okay. She begins to walk up.
I thought she would have said
That was
bye
Opal?
too.
That was Opal who had done it. I thought it was Whisper.
That
Who was
was Whisper.
You said whisper.
Oh, that's my bad.
Oh,
That
Opal.
does make sense. Opal said it.
Okay.
Whisper.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait.
Whisper does
Oh.
state. If we are staying here for a couple days, I guess I can
Wait.
still gather information.
Yeah.
Before whisper, I thought you were talking about whisper, not Opal. Did she?
That would make
I
sense
would-
why you guys were confused.
Yeah, I would have said, "Hey, do you need assistance? Let me know. If you need assistance, let me know."
Yeah. And Dust will. I'll say, hey, just know that we are here for you. If you need to talk to someone, just let us let us know. We can help you out. You don't have to do all of this by yourself.
Opal then looks towards you guys. Maybe some skin samples from you, Nikolai, but other than that, Dust, do you know anything
Yeah.
about alchemy or... No, just pretty much alchemy.
Yeah, sorry. Do not. I do not.
I can deal with an artificer, maybe?
I'm good at crafting items. And I'm fairly dexterous, so there is a shot that I would be able to help you
Okay.
with how dexterous I am, but you will be telling me what you need me to do.
Maybe somewhere down the line I need to use you for something. Okay. She begins to head out. Whisper then states, if we're gonna stay here a couple days, I guess I can collect more data. I honestly thought we were leaving today.
Oh no, I still have to catch up with Jillian.
Weren't you here a month and a half?
Yeah. You
It's-
here for a month?
What do you mean? We
How about once later? I have quite a few things that I need to do before this evening. But
not unless you're gonna do something that is gonna hurt you.
no, as far as I'm aware.
I was talking to Ada.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no. If it goes crazy, let me know, and I will try to put out the.
Enjoy your time with Emily.
If you
Wow,
burn the building, you will
can't-
know.
Can't believe I said that. Genuinely.
That's
She
not
said-
until this evening.
She's a nice person.
And I will leave for the Tinkerers Guild first.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna go with Ada and Nikolai first, and then Dust.
I'm gonna stand not on the fruit stand because it
You're
feels
technically
weird.
on the second floor, but
I
okay.
know, but we're
Oh,
floating.
well,
So
okay.
it-
Do we just go downstairs for this, or do you want? I guess we're down here.
frame of
Okay.
reference.
Do you want the long story or the short story first?
I mean, whatever you feel. I mean, I'm not really doing anything currently.
Short story. I met my entities again. I gave them a talk, and if I make a deal with them, they could probably help you slow down your little overpowerment power problem, if you know what I mean.
But that's what Opal's doing.
What?
I told Opal about it, and she said she could like turn me normal, human. Yes.
I don't know if Opal just stole my plan or she had this before I was going to make
She
the
did-
deal. But
Well, she didn't even know about it before I told her. I told her like last night. Or confessed. I don't know, opened up, whatever you call it when you talk to somebody more. Yeah.
Ada, by the way it sounds, you can also tell that Opal wasn't even sure if she could do that. If you had to guess by the way she worded it, she's talking about this plan that currently Nikolai's stating. And honestly, the way she said it, it's not 100% guarantee.
Mm.
And
Well,
even
I
then, you're
mean,
not even sure if Nikolai's saying the full truth.
What do you mean that like they can slow it down? I'm confused.
it's, well, similar to what I think Opal was doing. They'll make an amulet. You had to tune to it. And then it'll just slow down the process for a while. All I just need is to make that simple deal with them. It's nothing.
What deal?
Something valuable. I'm not getting hurt or anything, if that's what you're worried about. Oh, don't give me the silence. Nicola,
you put yourself into this situation. I didn't say anything that meant that you were going to do anything that harmed you, but I mean, we've already had a situation where you've looked after someone else more than yourself. So I don't want you to do that again.
I mean, I think I'm doing it again. I'm just trying to help. I mean, do you want that?
Why would you give up something for somebody when you know that we're already on a perpetual cycle of doing something dumb for someone else? We gotta look out. I feel like we have to try to do something just to fix the problem we have and not try to make a new problem.
I'm not trying to make a new problem.
Yeah, but giving something up is like starting a new thing we have to fix. I had this darkness inside me. You had a demon inside you. And then what the devil? Yeah, I know. They're always confusing. And then we did, and then you didn't. And now you like have this weird thing going on. I don't even know what happened, but you seem like you're not. I don't know.
Are you turning the attention towards me where I'm trying to focus on you right now?
Sure is.
I'm just stating all the things that we've had to deal with.
Nikolai, I'm doing this for you. Why? Come on, I cost your life back there. Do you realize, like, when the whole assassin thing was happening, I literally almost caused you to die twice? Brought you back.
But you.
Of course,
I
had
didn't.
to go into that stupid bubble of yours.
You didn't cause me to die.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I tried to fill you up, and then.
How did... Okay, if you weren't there, I wouldn't have been alive in the first place, from what I was told.
Oh no, you probably would have died.
So you being there, I'm lucky that I only came out with part of my hand missing.
It's only 3 fingers. It's not really part of a hand.
You get my point.
Yes, I do.
Is that if I didn't have amazing friends that actually remembered that they have somebody that really is we're all helping each other, then I wouldn't have been able to say that I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I wouldn't have been able to be here right now.
I know I was probably one of the late friends to join the party. And even if you remind me of my little brother, Michael. Even though he was young, he also really annoyed me, but I still cared about him like I care about you. Not as a brother thing, but more of I guess a friend? I don't really know. That's why I want to do this for you. I mean, what if Opal's thing doesn't work? Sure, she's powerful, yeah, but more powerful than an entity? I mean, I'd
rather something not work than you give up something.
Well, then I'm gonna lose you. Yeah, I'm going to lose something either way.
Can we talk about, so besides this one option that you're throw it in my face, why don't we talk about other options besides the one that you want to give me?
I mean, you're still getting... Like, both me and Opal's options are the same. Are you saying, like, there's an alternate ending to all of this?
No, but you're just talking like that's the only option. Like, your only option is to make the deal, and then that makes me not turn as fast. I didn't
It's
even
just
tell
for
you
a
about
while
options.
until I can actually figure out like another way to change you, not change you. You know what I mean? Help you out.
What? It's not like I'm gonna change tomorrow.
You don't know that. Now they don't know when I'm gonna change as an undead.
Did she say that before?
I don't think so.
I think.
What do you mean you're an undead?
You weren't here for the conversation?
No,
Are
but
you
I
just-
mean, I didn't think you were not alive anymore.
Can we not? We're trying to make an argument, and then you're pointing it towards me again.
Okay.
We're
So
going
the
to
other option, can we lay out all the options on the table before we make rash decisions and pick one?
You lay out all the options on the table, and I will repeat the options that you as characters and players know. Well,
Yes.
you might know more as players, but I'm going to tell you what your characters know at the very least.
Yeah. Yes.
Bentar dead. Fauna's mother and grandmother. There is Amara, not Amara. There is the entities, but again, that is only a stopgap. It won't fix everything immediately.
Oh,
was
okay.
Potentially Opal, but even still, this is not something she knows how to do. I
Sure.
probably wouldn't rely on that. She probably can do something, but it might not be what Nikolai wants.
Sure.
There is also a potential soul broker, which would be a hag,
Uh-huh.
since they deal with that type of situation at hand. And there's also the high cleric of the kingdom.
So, how
You're not
about
going to Glacia.
do what?
We're not doing the deal with Glacia.
Glacia, thank you. I forget her name. It's literally in my notes, and I just don't remember which one it is.
Glacia is.
It is just traumatized to
who?
remember the name.
Glacia is the evil big bad.
Yeah, and she's she's not a hag.
No. But, you know, if you find a hag, they basically deal with collecting souls and transferring into hell or anywhere else, generally the in between.
So Glacia is the contract. Is that what you're saying?
No, Glacia is the evil big bad. A contractor would be
Why
someone
did
that
you mention Glacia? Was she on the
because
table?
she's on the
She
table
was on the
technically.
table.
I wouldn't suggest her, but she is on the table. Like
Okay,
to
now
the right,
that's
to the
why
left,
I
in the
was
corner.
confused.
Like she can definitely do something.
Okay.
But it's not going to go well in the end.
I
So
didn't.
no.
I didn't even consider that. So I don't know why you. This is me talking in Nikolai. I don't know why you brought it up.
I didn't want you to think that, so that's why I'm saying no to it. Okay?
You're telling me no when I didn't even think about it.
If I had to guess, none of you brought that up in game.
No.
No.
So I'm leaning towards what Nikolai would be saying is I'm leaning towards is having Opal do what she's doing. Then we will, while she's doing that, I will check in with the high cleric and see what they're capable of doing.
That's like a half a week away on horseback. You can definitely do that.
Going on.
Yeah, you can go there, come back.
And if that doesn't work, or it doesn't work out the way we can, then we can go with your idea, Ada. Does that sound okay, or do you want to do it a different way?
You know what? Fine. Sure.
You sound like I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Do you want something more that I'm not giving you?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I don't want you to be upset. I just want you to know that
I mean,
I
I'm
don't.
still upset about you from yesterday. I will be honest about that.
Okay. So don't. Oh my God.
Nikolai,
I'm
roll insight.
sorry
Okay, never mind.
What?
that I held back the knowledge that I had a corrupted soul from the wish.
Are you doing it genuinely, or are you doing it with that it feels like attitude kind of way of apologizing?
It's just like painful to say it, like kind of thing. Like I have to feel like, okay, I think that I need to say something that makes her feel better so that I don't have, so she knows that I'm trying to be genuine.
Okay. If it was disingenuine, I would have made you roll, but okay. Ada, you can clearly tell Nikolai wants to apologize in his own way, but it's definitely hard for him to figure this out. He does still apologize, which, is helpful, but at the end of the day, it's still a problem that, for all intents and purposes, has not slowed down or has not resolved itself. It's still a problem. But nonetheless, you and he both agreed on waiting 3 days to see what happens, which was Opal's time frame. Honestly, we can skip the part where you find those entities again because they find you, and you tell them, can you come back in about 3 days? They reluctantly agree and then leave.
I'm surprised that entities are like fed up by Ada at this point.
They for sure would, but I'm a kind of idiot.
Did Ada not say that she had a 24-hour time frame to Nikolai?
No, she did not mention
No,
that.
she didn't mention that point,
not
so that's
mention
why I was
that.
confused.
Yeah, fair enough. Wait, out of game, didn't Ada tell Nikolai about the whole undead thing, or did he walk away from it? Because
I feel like he
in the
walked
dark.
away. I think
Did
Dust
he
knows,
walk
but
away?
I'm not sure about Nikolai, so I'm going to assume no.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, that happened. I'm going to say, Ada, you in game would have probably remembered about the 24-hour period. So Nikolai knows. You go and ask the Guardians, hey, can you come back in 3 days? They reluctantly agree, head off. You come back, tell Nikolai, okay, we have 3 days, we can do this.
Oh. Yeah, I think you should start off next time with telling me that we have a time frame of how long we have to get the response from them.
I didn't think it was going to lead to this.
Well, that would have made my decision easier to go with yours first because I didn't know I had a time for you to ask.
I can call them back.
No, it's fine now. We already made a decision.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, fine.
This would have all been resolved if people spoke with each other. But speaking of people speaking with each other, Dust, you go to the Tinker's Guild without too much of an issue. You've been there once, so you can go there again. Meredith writes down your name while not looking at you.
I've been to the Jewelers Guild.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, I was going to the Tinker's Guild.
Oh, a Tinker's Guild, yeah. I don't believe I have a map for that, so I'm gonna say they're in the same exact place.
Okay. Or we can do the Jewelers Guild first.
Oh, you know what? I think
That's
I
fine with me.
technically
I'll
do
go there.
have. I think I technically do have this. Which makes more sense why I have this map. I forgot about Isaac.
Wasn't this in the... Wasn't this the Jewelers Guild back in Wyvern?
If it was, it'd be weird because Jillian and Emily are both here. And I didn't just put them there. They were in the GM layer to begin with.
Oh. Okay, I think what may have happened was that you had changed the Jewelers Guild map from the other one to this one.
I might have.
Because no,
I know one of them's the
Wait, no,
jewelers
this
and the
is
other
it.
one's the tinkerers. I don't remember which one. So I want to say this is the tinkerers.
Okay, we'll say that this is the Tinkers. Okay. Because I would have not come into the Tinkers before. This is my first time. I would have been just into the Jewelers. So.
Okay. Yeah. You enter in. You already been here before, and he knows you.
Yeah. We can just make this the Jewelers Guild.
Yeah, that works.
But yeah, no, I've been to both maps, so and you use.
Yeah, I
both
might have
maps as
swapped
the
them,
Jewelers
which
Guild.
is a bummer. Anyways, in the Jewelers Guild, Isaac does greet you once more. It's been quite some time, a few months, in fact. Do I have the pleasure?
I was just stopping by, wondering if there were any commissions that you potentially had.
Well, if you want to do some nobleman work, I suppose you can do that. They're a real pain in the butt. The last time you worked with one of them, I do believe they almost tried to run you out of town. Because you couldn't fix their sword, allegedly, but then you did because they are very impatient.
Yeah. Not in particularly nobleman's work.
All right, then. We have a few jobs here and there, but not high paying, if that is concerned. We do have someone that needs to reforge their wedding band. Someone that needs to put in a few gemstones into their hilted weapon. And this is a strange request, but it's certainly not under nobleman, but it pays well, I suppose. Didn't even see this one beforehand. He then gives you a little piece of paper. Apparently, only the requester can view it, or the one requested can view it. But it does have a large sum of money, roughly 1,000 gold for completion. The other ones are roughly around 50 to 100 gold, depending on the jobs you want to take. That being said, I wouldn't probably open that one. I'm sure it's probably just a joke thing.
Truth be told, these other the first two, the wedding band and the setting of the gemstone, those are fairly simple and both of them can be finished within a day.
Yeah.
So I will take both of those, and I'm actually rather curious about this third one. So I will take it as well. I have a few days, so I'll take all three.
All right, then. He circles them down for dust, says from the side, there are other jobs, so you're not the only one working, but yeah. You take on those roles, and you do, and can work. He does allow you to the back room without too much of an issue or concern. And while you're back there, do you, open the note?
So I already have... So there's already the wedding band that needs to be reforged.
Yeah.
And the sword that needs the gemstone, and the gemstones that are going to be placed into it.
There are gemstones that can be put on a hilt of a sword. There is the wedding band that needs to be refit. And then there is that weird missive.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back into the back area, and I will read the weird missive.
Okay. He does tell you where to find the other jobs. They're in that workroom. It's just no one has gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
You put those workable objects to the side, and then you begin to open the note. As you do so, you do see a big flash of paper burst into you. The best way I can describe it is like a firecracker that just popped in your face. It doesn't hurt you, but it is annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Then you see on the script written in Draconic, which I'm assuming Dust can read at this point.
No, I cannot.
That is unfortunate.
That is what I have.
I know they would write it in something grandiose. Yeah, let's make it primordial. Written in primordial, you can tell that unless you knew this language, it would not make sense to most people, let alone a jeweler. And thankfully enough, you are who you are.
Yeah.
In the missive, it does state, in a very weird way of writing, so clearly they're not a writer, but they wrote it in a way that you would speak. Now that I have your attention, I want you to construct 2 bands, and not just 2 bands that place on different people, and not just different people, but the exact same person, if you know what I mean. Now, what that entails is both of them feel and understand one another in a cosmological way. If you understand what this means, up front, I will pay you 1,000 gold. It's why it says it on the top, in the front of the message. But after completion, I will pay you a sum of money if you can even do the job. Now, let no one else see this. And by the end of the sentence, the fireworks will happen again and it will burn this piece of paper. So don't put your fingers on the paper. And then immediately begins to set on fire. Dust, roll a dexterity saving throw. Just beat a 5 and you're fine.
12.
Yeah, you're fine. It burns up and you let it go. It basically becomes flash paper and it like disintegrates into nothingness. Once it does that, it does state, I will be here in 5 days with the flames. Some type of magician or wizard or someone that can pay well enough to do this little magic mischief. But that's a job you can take if you want.
Okay. So 2 bands that will go on 2 different people, but the same person at the same time.
Is how they worded it. Go ahead and roll insight, Dust.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, definitely insight.
I'll give you advantage because you've had to deal with these type of oh, nice. Jobs
Yes!
before.
And I talked with, what's his name? Newell.
Yeah. You've had to deal with these types of people, these maybe not noblemen, but very hard customers. Like they give you general ideas and you have to interpret what they mean. By the way these bands are worded, you can definitely tell that they have to go on 2 separate people. But by the way it's worded, it splits up the way they are dealt damage, or maybe the way they receive some type of help. These 2 bands are likely a way of connecting with another individual in a more exact way rather than, emotionally. You must have or find a way to construct a band that will split the damage between 2 people or split the healing between 2 people. And this person expects you to figure that out.
Okay.
They also gave you a time frame of 5 days.
Dust actually has an idea because he already does. He himself does something similar to it.
Yeah.
So, like, he's just like, okay, I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit, but I think I can do this. I'll get right to work on the wedding band and the setting the gemstones.
Yeah, it does take a few hours, but you are able to see the measurements that they gave you and provided to you, so you're able to do that quite well. And the gemstones and the hilt itself is not that difficult. You've worked with leathers before, and you've worked with gemstones before. But go ahead and roll insight.
23.
By the way the missives for the job were worded, it comes from a similar individual. It's probably the same person that requisitioned both jobs. They just had to do, 2 different tickets.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to, you could go above and beyond, but only if you really wanted to. With this simple job, you can easily do it on your own without having to roll. For going above and beyond, you can definitely roll, but that also implies failure.
I won't go too far up and beyond, but I will make them a little bit better.
Gamble.
I will make I won't incorporate spells into them.
Yeah, I'm talking about better filigree or designing it a little bit better.
Most definitely.
Okay. Go ahead and use tell me what you're going to attempt to do, and then I'll decide what tools you use.
Okay, so the wedding band, was it a male or female wedding band?
It was a male wedding band.
Okay. I'll kind of make it a little bit more put into a design, and within it, etched into it, probably in celestial, to bind myself with the one I love.
Okay.
Just very simply.
All right. If you have jeweler's tools, for sure those. If you don't, well, then I guess tinkerer's tools.
Oh, definitely jewelers. 22.
Okay. Easily enough done. DC to beat was 15.
Okay.
With enough intricate work, you're able to inscribe that and make not a decorative pattern, but one that binds it a lot more and it stands out a little bit better. You saw that the craftsman work of the other person that did this before you is good, but it needs to be well polished to make sure it stands out. By the way the band looked, the person definitely wore it, but they didn't take care of it. And, making sure that it looks like it's taken care of is, a jeweler's job. You easily enough do that. Do you do the same thing for the hilt?
So I take it that it's from the same individual,
Yes.
right? I won't do anything crazy, inlaying wording, but I will make it so that the blade matches a little bit closer to the wedding band.
Yeah. Once again, all you were set to do is do the jewels, but to prim and polish, that would likely be... Yeah, it'd still be jeweler's kit. 12 isn't the
12.
worst. But
It was pretty easy.
Minor wish.
if you want to. It's the first day.
Yeah, I'll use minor wish because I don't plan on actually making the band.
It may take more than a day. I'm gonna tell you that
It'll take
immediately.
more than a day, and I'm probably gonna spend some time just thinking about, okay, this is what I have to do.
Honestly, all you could probably do with a band is blueprints.
Yeah. Today.
You begin to work with the blade itself, making it polish and shine. Again, like most artisans, it does have a design, but this blade is used, which is why the design has faded. You definitely don't take the time to redesign it. In fact, what you do is... it hurts you to do that, but you begin to polish it away. Otherwise, the individual would likely be if they're very vain, which you can clearly tell they're not by the wedding band, they'd be way too obsessed with keeping it clean and keeping it sturdy. By removing it, you can make sure that while they're in combat and while they're fighting or whatever they're doing, they are strictly with that mind and they're at ease. However, you do it in a way that if the light shines just right, the pattern is still there. The emotion of whatever this sword means to them is still there. They no longer have to worry about the embossing or the design whatsoever because it's still there. It's in the reflection of the blade. And ultimately, you make sure it shines, it sings, and it works well. The leather's just cleaned. It was dirty, but there's only so much you can do with so much time.
Yeah,
Give it
yeah, yeah. And I think I would have probably only spent about 3 hours, three and a half, maybe 4 hours. So
Yeah.
Um.
With the time frame in
Yeah.
mind, go ahead and roll 2. This would probably be of the mind. Intelligence checks. And you can use intelligence of any skill for blueprints.
For making of the okay.
One for the band and one for a side project you mentioned last session.
That one. Okay.
Tell me which is which.
Let me. Okay, for the band, I'm gonna. Oops, sorry, I did. That wasn't a roll. I'm changing because that was with a dexterity. So, oops, sorry, wrong one again. Okay, so I changed. So for the band, I'm going to roll it with the jeweler's kit with the intelligence. Okay, instead of what I normally when I'm crafting I use dexterity, I'm going to be using intelligence.
Yeah.
And the same with the tinkerers for the secondary project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bands first. 21, or did you say with advantage or just standard?
Just standard. You've never made these before, so it wouldn't make sense with advantage. But 21 is still pretty good.
And 14 are the tinkerer's tools.
Yeah, that one makes a little bit more sense. That's even, like, not even in your wheelhouse right now.
Yeah, no, like, I'm sitting there designing it. I have a general idea, but,
yeah,
like, these are just, like, putting my thoughts down, really.
Yeah, you have the general frame of what you want it to look like, and at the exact same time with the bands, you've designed how your lantern works, and you just have to modify that to make it parallel to one another, these two type of bands. So that's not impossible, but it's gonna take some work. With the second side project, you basically design the thing. You don't exactly figure out a way to make it work, you just design it. That's the first process. As you begin to finish that up, a few hours later, a man walks inside of the guild hall and looking towards Isaac does state, are my bands and blade ready yet? Isaac then basically shouts out towards you, Dust. We do have the customer inside shop. If you do need some more time, let me know.
Oh no, I've been done for a little while. I would think that he comes in about the same time that I'm finishing up with the blueprints.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your wedding band.
Looking towards it, he does state, huh. Is that the color it's supposed to look like? Looks rather new. I only paid for a touch-up job. I'd hate to lose it again. My wife would kill me.
No. I know the meaning of a wedding band, and I did that for you. I can take no extra price, just something that I wanted to do. I put into it in Celestial to bind.
What I remember, it was to bind myself to you in love.
I thought that would make it and that will, I think, mean a lot more for your wife, and it'll put a great deal of meaning and help with your relationship with regardless of where it's at. And
we just have a spout here and there, but honestly, it's quite nice. Thank you.
And here's your blade as well. I made it a little easier so that you don't necessarily have to. You don't have quite the care.
He does unsheath it, looks at the way it works, sees that the light shines and the emblems are still there. Resheathes and goes, oh, excellent. Honestly, between me and you, it was kind of annoying to keep those design patterns still there. You can only keep them up for so long. Otherwise, it's just a ceremonial blade.
Yes.
Truthfully, thank you. Like, if you're still here tomorrow, do you mind if... I'm sure my wife would want it. Do you mind if I contract you again to have my wife's band cleaned up as well?
I'd be fine with that. I'll be here for a few days. But yeah, no, I'd be more than happy to do that. In the meantime, and I'll just take out one of these cards. Here's my card.
Oh, excellent. I don't have any on me. Technically, don't carry any. But if you need the guard captain's help, just let me know. I'm the guard captain, by the way. Well, one of them.
I'm just like, wait, I know the guard captain.
Technically, he's the lieutenant, which is above the captain. Technically, it doesn't matter. 4 captains, 2 lieutenants, and 1 big wig guy whose name I can't remember. Commissioner. Thank you, me. You're welcome, me.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. So
he's like high ranking, but not so high. Like everyone knows this guy. He's one of 4.
Okay. It's like, oh yeah, no more than.
Yeah, but he's definitely a commoner with some pull with the Commonwealth, rather than just the wealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll be here. I'll stop by tomorrow, and I'll be working on another project here tomorrow, so I'm more than happy to step away from that.
Right. Not for naught, but if my wife does get her band, she's likely going to show it off to a whole bunch of friends, so get ready for more work. I'm just letting you those now.
No, that's perfectly okay. That's kind of where I'm going for right now. It's what I need right now for my craft.
Okay, I was kind of just making a joke, but good to know. He hands over the money, and it is 100 gold total. The band was 50, and the gemstones was another 100. However, he does include another 50 for potential touch-up jobs, which you did. He knows you said you didn't have to pay for that amount, but he's still a nice enough guy to give you a tip. All right then. Thank you again, and likely going to see you here tomorrow.
Yes. Look forward to working with you again.
He nods and waves. The guild does take their cut, which is told offhand how much they get, but you get the full 200 gold for the job. He does state, well, looks like you have a potential future customer, which is always good. That being the case, though, if you do need the workshop tomorrow, just let us know. But for the rest of the day, my team is likely going to work with their own projects. Thank you for doing the band and the hilt, by the way. Every little small job is still valuable to the one assigning it, but it's still a small job to the craft that the others have to do. They'd rather do their own projects than work for the common folk.
Yeah, I understand, and really what my own goals, this is the thing that I need to do.
I understand. It's far better paying to work with noblemen and, honing your own skills in craftsmanship than helping out with a wedding band. So it honestly is appreciated. But the rest of my team is likely going to come in a few minutes, so
yeah, no,
whatever
I'm
you need.
I'm done with the workshop for the day, so I'm actually going to be heading over to the Tinkerers Guild right now.
Yeah, very well then. Do take
Hey.
care.
You too.
You begin to head over there, and Ada and Nikolai, where are you two heading off to for your day? Nikolai, you did mention going with Jillian, but is there anything else, anywhere else you go before then?
Yeah, not really. I didn't really have a big plan to do anything. So
Yeah. Jillian is working in the morning, so you more or less stroll along in the afternoon. Well, in the morning until afternoon. Her shifts are mainly. Oh, now they. She kind of has to go through physical therapy again to a greater extent. She fell off a roof.
oh.
I mean, you know this.
Yeah,
Magic only
yeah,
helps you so much. That's why you couldn't, regrow your fingers with a simple healing spell. Yeah, it's not going to be that much longer. It's just going to require another hour to her normal time frame. So you have to, hang out and about until around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, which is fine. You can definitely do things. You hang around town for a bit, just lounging around. From time to time, you do see what Opal is doing or what Whisper's doing. You find Opal in the library, and honestly, she's just reading books, taking some notes down. When you ask her, how long do you think it's going to take, she simply states, not entirely sure, at least a few days. Hopefully I can get this. At the very least, I can get something made. You more or less nod, head along your way, visit a few other places in town. While you're not a regular anywhere, you're regular enough that some people have seen you come in from time to time, and, they do recognize you, although maybe not remember your name. You go to a bar, not yet serving alcohols, and it's only around 12 in the afternoon. No, this is medieval time. They'd probably be serving it by then. They can serve you some alcohol, even though it's 12 in the afternoon. And one of the persons at the bar simply looks towards you. They are a fishman. Kratoa, if you know what they are. They quite literally look like a fish person.
Oh, the Kokatoa.
Kratoa, yeah.
Yeah.
They just look towards you and go, "Oh, you're new here. What brings you in town? You need a drink? Barkeep, get this man a drink. Do you like rum?"
I'm more partial to ale, but I sometimes.
I'm gonna think there's a yes. Barkeep, 2 rums. Barkeep hands one to you, one towards him. He tosses him 5 copper. Grabs it, takes it, nods, and then looks towards you. "So, what brings you in town?"
Hanging out with a girlfriend.
"Oh, la-di-da, things that serious, eh?" He bumps you in the shoulder.
No, it's a little complicated actually, but yeah.
You know what's not complicated? Drinking your sorrows away. You should do it sometime.
I think that was the old me. I don't really try to numb myself to all the problems. I try to deal with them. I think that didn't really work out so well.
Nonsense. You can always find your answers at the bottom of a drink.
Why are you in town?
Oh, I work here. Work at the fishery, half a block
what?
over here. Yeah, we have a fishery.
Wait, you're a... never mind.
I eat fish.
Continue.
It's not that weird. It just feels weird. That being the case, though.
Sure.
He does state, "Look, I don't know what you're going through. I have a wife, 2 kids they barely see. It feels a lot better if you just numb the pain and let it go through your body." Has it ever felt great? Anytime you weren't drunk? You can clearly tell this man, like, is not fully well. He does have, like, it looks like he has a 5 o'clock shadow, but it just means he hasn't bathed and, like, there's wrinkles in that area to suggest facial hair. I don't know if fish can have facial hair.
Why did I meet this guy?
At a bar.
Oh, okay. Why did I go to a bar?
You just found a place to hang out and like sit down.
Okay. Yeah.
You said you weren't sure, so I put you in a bar.
Yeah.
He looks disheveled, clothing adjacent, so he hasn't, been home in a while. You can clearly tell, well, maybe not Nikolai, but player can tell that he's not doing that great.
Well, So he bought me a rum, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it look okay?
He didn't touch it. It definitely does look darker than most, but that could just mean that it's stronger alcohol.
I smell it and give it a sip and then see if I want to drink it.
It smells strong. You take a sip and it's very strong.
Is it bad? Does it taste weird or is it just really strong?
It's just really strong. It doesn't taste weird per se. It's just you've never had this strong of a rum before.
Nikolai's never had this strong of a rum before?
Yeah, surprisingly enough. You've never really ordered rum from what I remember.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't want to drink to, like, drink his sorrows. I just want to drink. He wants to just drink it to see if he can handle it.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save. Yeah, checks. You can handle it. It's just, it burns going all the way down. And after drinking it, it still burns.
Wow. How do you deal with this?
You get used to it. Look, all I'm saying is, if you really want to deal with your issues, drink them. Drink them all the time and never stop.
Oh, I can tell that you have more problems than I have hairs. So, yeah.
Drink them, never talk to anything or anyone about them, and always make a new friend you can drink with. Because if you don't drink with someone, that's just sad.
You are one sad little fish, aren't you?
I don't think so. He begins to drink maybe his 4th or 5th drink. You're not entirely sure, but you see like 3 cups to his left. You're not sure if they're his or like dirty cups, but they're there. Mugs.
Well, I will say, bartender. Can I have 2 more drinks, please?
Yeah, what do you want?
2 rums.
Sure. 5 copper. Makes you 2 rums.
And I like cheers with the whatever the fish guy is.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I cheer, he probably swigs it down, and I like in that moment when you cheers and then you turn to set the drink down. As soon as he turns to set the drink down, I try to sneak away.
Yeah, it's not that hard. This man is half drunk in the middle of the day. You sneak away, putting the drink down. All the while, he's just guzzling it down. He honestly doesn't even notice you leaving. All the while, you turn back and you see a man wallowing in his sorrows, but not really feeling them. He's drowning them. So much.
Was this an analogy for something?
Maybe don't drink your sadness away, because it doesn't help.
I thought you were being like, maybe you're drowning in darkness. Maybe you need to deal with that darkness. Sorry, a little too deep there.
I'm not going to tell you immediately. I didn't tell Ada with theirs.
I know. So, I don't know. I'm going to look around and see if I can find... Actually, where did Ada go?
I don't know. I was gonna get to her after you decided on something.
I'm gonna, after dealing with that, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I feel like I need to go talk to Ada again.
Yeah. Okay. Ada, where did you run off to?
It would take some time, but Aya probably would just explore, hide a bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe if she has the time, like, do the whole vision, check out the Souls of Glacia thing. Just try to, and probably just try to make knowledge of the dream she had.
You begin to wander in town, and you do find a few places here and there that are new, that are interesting, but maybe you don't go into, or maybe not just yet. There are definitely things to explore in the town that you haven't actually found just yet. All the while, you find a nice secluded area and begin to hone in on Glacia and the rest of the souls within her. You've already met a few, some famous authors, some famous writers, which are not the exact same thing. Don't quote me on that. Some famous musicians, some bards, some politicians, some great adventurers, surprisingly, and also not surprisingly, because, they have to get their power from somewhere. All the while, you just find these grandiose people from time to time that have made bartering deals with their souls. And, well, that reminds you of so many of your friends and yourself. You try to hone in on Glacia once more and hopefully try to lock on to your friend. Last time you were able to do it, but only for a short while. This time, hopefully a little bit longer. Do you remember what role you have to do?
I think it was insight, but I don't remember. And I know it's not religion. Let me check.
My notes are useless. They say make a save to see if you connect.
Sorry, I'm just looking back at the chat. No, just look at that far. Okay.
This would probably be an intellectual check to commune and connect with someone. So I'll say, Ada, wisdom or intelligence save? I'll let you choose.
Save. Wait, so out of game. So intelligence saves are not the saving throws. It's just one of the skills that I have, right?
It's one of the skills you might have.
Okay.
I think I made it a save so you can include anything you have.
Okay, I'm gonna use religion then because it's intelligence save.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
That's the one.
What the heck?
Okay. I think I did make it. Actually, I think
What's
it
your
was
one?
religion. Now that I
Was
think about it, I'm not sure. It was something you were good at, which is why I allowed it. But that's still a natural one.
Yeah.
You try to hone in on your friend Amara. You know her soul's still there. It still resides in her. It's just mixed with everything else. From time to time, you saw that other souls have been communing with each other more and more and more and more, rather than just living beside each other and seeing how they lived or seeing their memories. You hone in on one specific soul altogether, and well, it's not one you expected. There you find a clown jester, garbed in standard jester robes for a king or a queen. You've seen this man on posters. They are legitimately what a jester represents, what they look like, what they feel like. You know this man as Jack. They are the epitome of a jester a king or a royal would have in their courtroom. That's what they're famous for. Presenting the look. However, they weren't exactly a good jester. They were just, a good facsimile of one. You find this man garbed up and they look towards you, smoking. Hey, can I help you with something?
Why am I not surprised to find a jester here? No offense.
That's fine. Honestly, I asked to be world renowned. Probably could have been more specific.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, do you like it here? Or
It's a life I chose. Can't exactly complain about it. Recently, though, I've been less tortured and more, populated with the rest of the souls. We commingle now rather than just staying stagnant. It's a life.
do you know why?
Far am I aware, other souls have been talking with someone that's been coming in and out. That you? Could be you. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's me.
Take
Should probably do introductions. Ada, sorry.
Jack, which you probably already know. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's less painful here now since we're not in hell anymore. As far as I can tell, Glacia got out of hell. Came to I have no idea where we are. I'm assuming back to material plane. If not, it'd be very weird. So, at least we're not burning to death anymore. Although we're still stuck in here and not able to reincarnate, so that's the thing. Takes a big puff of smoke.
Right. Yeah, I kind of caused Glacia to get out in the first place. Not proud of it. I mean, at
hey,
least you
less
guys
pain.
got help. Very true. Very true.
We're still condemned in here, though, so, a
there
prison
anything-
that's no longer on fire, it's still a prison.
I mean, is there anything I could help you with?
I don't know if you can kill the woman. Would free us.
I'm trying to find ways to not kill Glacia without damaging the friend that I know she's possessing.
Takes a big puff of smoke. I mean, the only person I can think of that can probably do that is the warden of the forest. I don't know. What year is this? Do they still have a warden?
I mean, they sort of do.
If you had to
I
guess,
mean-
this man was famous long time ago. So, likely the guardian of the forest was the name back then. Well, sorry, the warden of the forest was probably the name back then for the guardian. And the guardian of the forest, is Fauna.
hmm I mean, I know someone who is, well, the warden of the forest, but she kind of doesn't really know how to control her abilities that well.
I mean, from what I can tell, and when they visited the king, when I was still there doing autographs and things, they had a lot of power. They dealt with life forces and energies and stuff like that. They might be able to help, if you find a strong enough one.
A strong enough life force?
No, like a warden. Not
Oh,
all of them
right.
are all powerful beings.
Right, okay. Well, Jack, so I am going to try to get all these souls out of here and free you all. I don't know if you want that. I'm assuming you do, but you also are very comfortable here. I think that's why all the souls are communicating with each other. If you
Possible.
want to join that.
Okay, have fun. Good luck with your friend thing.
Thanks. If you see her, tell her that I hope she's okay. I know that's a weird thing to say, especially since you all are stuck together, but just say that I miss her.
You got a name?
Mara. Ada will describe her a bit.
Okay. See you around. They begin to leave, and then you fade back into your own mind. In that mind, you can tell that you've met another individual, and you might have found a way of getting rid of this situation, or at the very least, making sure Amara doesn't die. But that's if you can find the person. Fauna isn't reliable in this regard. She doesn't have control over magic. You already know that. But if you find her mom or like the best way you understand their current dynamic, Fauna's mom is stronger than her grandma and Fauna. But only because, she has control over magic. Maybe
Yeah.
Fauna's stronger, you're not entirely sure, but she has no control, so that's probably not a given. So finding her might be your best option if you don't want Amara to die outright. At the very least, there's a chance.
Okay.
So you have that. That being the case, though, you begin to wander around a bit here and there. And soon enough, you do find a nice little tea shop. It's just a place to, lay down and relax. And honestly, there are already a lot of people there. It's next to Jonathan, so if, your team needs you, you can definitely be there for them. But all the while, it's just a simple comfort area.
Okay, nice.
Hmm.
Ada probably would get herself a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get a cup of tea and people begin to speak with you here and there. It's the simple conversational talk that you have with anyone that you first meet. It's nothing too deep, but it's, pleasantries.
Mhm.
Nikolai, you come through the area to see if you can't find Ada, and you do notice her through the window
Oh.
somewhere, unless you roll bad
Does
with perception.
Does she look like she's relaxing?
Roll perception check.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. 20.
It
Nice.
does look like she's relaxing.
Not natural.
Yeah, I get
Very
it.
20.
I know. I
Uh,
just didn't like to say 20.
Yeah,
without,
you see someone open the door. This is a door into the tea shop, and you notice Ada. You can also tell she is relaxing a bit. She's not fully relaxed, but she is trying to relax. She has company that is not familiar to her, but it's also not really delving into the problems of her life right now.
As I'm passing and someone opens the door, I'm gonna do this just for more I don't know, just I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do before I just click it. So basically I was gonna go by and just throw do an interesting little gust of wind. It's just a nice breeze that kind of blows through the cafe and then just blows leaves and stuff, and it just makes an ambience to the cafe. It's just kind of a not leaves but flower petals that kind of blow in, and you're whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then I walk off.
Yeah, go ahead and roll performance.
Oh.
You shouldn't have an issue with it, but
Ooh,
15.
there
yeah,
you go.
15's pretty good. You begin to blow petals into the area, and you blow them not at people who are on their tables, which is a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
But you do it in a way that it performs around them. It decorates the tables, and from time to time it falls simple new snow onto the ground. It's
Yeah.
a definite pleasant feeling.
And then I just walk off, and then I decide that I'd leave Ada alone, and I wanted to go meet with Opal and just give her what she needed.
Okay. You find Opal and give her skin tissue samples. And Dust, what are you doing at the Jewelers Guild? Sorry, not
At the
Jewelers Guild, Tinkers Guild.
I am going to go and register.
Okay. That's going to take far longer than this, but you go into the Tinker's Guild without too much of an issue. You found it along the way. Someone told you it was also in the library, which I guess Nikolai is also there. You were there, I'm just going to retroactively state that technically the library was part of the Jewelers Guild, but
Didn't I need to turn books back in?
That's a different library, and yes, you do. A hawk is eventually going to come find you. I think it's an eagle.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
get your books and bring them back. I think you
Okay.
still have a day left.
Oh, okay, cool.
That being the case, though, Dust,
I see.
we're going to retroactively state that you've never been there other than to just go to the library, and you were always going to the other place for the Jewelers Guild.
That works.
Yeah. You make it to the library, and you were told that that is the place to go. for the Tinkerers Guild, because there's plenty of side rooms that will do that for you. And you don't need that much room, but you definitely need a room. And that's where we'll begin next session. And hopefully Dust remembers that he has a date later tonight. But who knows? Maybe work will get the better of him. And
Sorry.
It's a closing.
I don't believe so, but I'm pretty sure I want to make sure he remembers. Nikolai also has a date later tonight. But if he remembers, that is entirely up to him. Technically, it's just a hangout. It's not really a date, but it can be a date if he wants it to.
I mean, I could just be like, hey, I could send this little sending message and say, hey, Jillian, do you want to make this more of a formal date?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
And Ada, you're just trying to relax and just relax. Things have been stressful enough. So a good cup of tea is generally something good. Nothing in the immediate is panicking, at least not yet. Go ahead.
Actually, I think I should probably do that.
Yeah. You can easily do that. She calls in while she's at work and does state, sure, I'd love to. Currently in the job right now, though. Just let me know the details and I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Sounds good.
You
Have a
make
good
plans. You too. You make plans for later tonight, and Ada has nothing pressing to do, which honestly is good for them. What your team does for the next following days is likely a lot of tinkering, a lot of just shenanigans, and hopefully no one dies this time when you're taking a rest. Thank goodness there's no festival in town. We'll see what happens next time.
Mr. DM, for not making it.
For today.
Yeah.